That was weird. Happy Wednesday. Welcome in. How y'all doing? It is. It's me, best bird ever. Big sorry ahead of time if I'm not like super animated today. I'm pretty fucking tired. So it's gonna be a relaxed day today. I know we're supposed to be doing some Halloween stuff, but all of my Halloween plans got canceled. So I might just save it for Friday. We might have a short, like, late night Friday stream on Halloween. So it's a little bit more on the brand. But how's everyone doing? Hope you guys have had a great week so far. Hope you guys had a great weekend. You guys excited for Halloween? I'm freezing my hands off. That sounds like a you problem, friend. I got a quota. Also, yeah, I really like the cold, so. I'm back! Congratulations, Edison. I'm happy for you. I've had an interesting week myself. Not in, like, I don't know. It's all sunshine and rainbows, but it wasn't bad. So ready for the spoops? We are going to talk about some creepy stuff today. We are going to get on, like, Halloween topics. But I think we're going to save, like, the fun, like, react stuff and the candy tier list for Friday. And if I don't do it on Friday, then we'll do it after our short collab with Steamy on Saturday. I love the cold, but no heating inside my room. You have no heating? Oh, God. Don't die of hypothermia. That's crazy. I'm definitely a bit hyped for another quiet Halloween night. Were you intending to rhyme with that? The cold is life, sometimes. I don't know. I'll admit, like, I like being cold. I prefer cold over being hot, which is ironic. But I think the best feeling is like when you're in a warm bed in a cold room, if that makes sense. Like the sensation of warming up or like warming in a cold environment is very nice. It might be my favorite. On the opposite end though, if the room's not cold, I would like my bed to be cold. I slept outside once in -30, do not recommend. Podshot, do you happen to be that guy that, like, the nerdy accountant looking dude that goes, like, camping in all of his videos? He'll, like, walk out into the tundra and he looks like he literally has, like, a full-time job as, like, an accountant or, like, a CPA. And, like, he just digs himself out of a house in snow and just, like, lives in it. Oh, is it Outdoor Boys? Yeah, I know he quit, temporarily. Which makes sense, but man, that's gotta suck walking away from all that, you know, internet fame. I know the cold life. Yeah, I bet. Military training? Damn. Base, but sometimes a nice sun rock, like a lizard, is good. Look. Being the sun, I'm always hot and irradiated. I like things to cool me down. Like, unironically, like, I can't share a bed with people. I'm way too hot. I like my covers to be, like, really thick. It just doesn't work. But yeah, I hope you guys are excited for Halloween. Anybody got any fun plans? At my museum, on Monday, I stayed late because we had a fun little event, which was pretty neat. I had a lot of fun. My job was to do, like, special effects. So that was an interesting experience. I've never gotten to do, like, practical / special effects. Welcome in, Joel. How you doing, dude? So, like, one of my things is, like, we have a couple of those, like, you know how, like, when you go to, like, Sears, or, like, I guess Sears is dead, isn't it? When you go to, like, Macy's or Dillard's, and they've got, like, those, like, clothing mannequins, you know, like, the like, kind of, like, cloth ones that they put clothes on. We have some of those for, like, like just like costume days for certain exhibits. And during one of the like scary stories, one of the practical effects I had to do was like toss one of those out of a side door and then like yank it back in through the same door, right? So the problem is that the arms of those are like on little like hinges and they're not really meant to be thrown. That's kind of not the point of them. So it was wearing a shirt and a jacket and I threw it and the arms came off, like, but stayed in the shirt. So then I grabbed him by the ankles to pull him back through the door. And the door was so thin and his arms were off that he got stuck. So like, I had to sit there and like wrestle him for like 20 seconds in just dead silence as people watch this mannequin flop around. His like arms crammed in the doorway as I'm just like yanking on him as hard as I can with his arms coming like out of socket. It was so fucking funny. It was really good. The other thing is that like we have like a basement portion in our theater area for the museum, and essentially like we had someone hide down there and she was supposed to scream and then slam the door to the basement to like scare people during like one of the other stories. And she screamed a little too well. Like I knew it was coming and it made me jump. And like literally the person reading, who was a guest, had to stop and be like, I'm sorry if that was a little too scary for anybody. Cause like, it's just like, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of just like old people and like teenagers. And it was, she honestly did a very convincing, really good scream. Honestly, I don't know if they have like a scream, like voice actors just for screaming, but she'd be like peak. She really got it. It was loud as hell too. Yeah, she gave it 110%. But yeah, it was so good that like, we had to like act, like someone had to actually apologize to the audience. Because I couldn't see it because I was behind stage. And apparently some people, like especially the older ones, were like, oh, like grab their chest, like, oh! Like almost gave some people a heart attack. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had, as you guys, I think I posted it on Twitter, but we served like these little like voodoo doll beignets, and they were really tasty. I had a couple for breakfast this morning. But they're really cool and they're really tasty. They're kind of funny. Somebody mentioned that they kind of look like fried bliblies or whatever they're called from the first episode of Smiling Friends, and they do. Was there somebody on CPR duty as well? Staff are trained. That's the best I can tell you. Staff are trained. That's the best I can tell you for that. But yeah, that was really neat. It was a lot of fun. We spent a lot of time brainstorming like special effects and stuff like that, so I did something diabolical. Chat, I did do something evil myself. I almost forgot about my favorite part. So you guys are gonna really enjoy this one. So what I did is that having to be the special effects and like sound person, I got a diabolical idea. If anybody wants to take a guess, I will say it is sound related and is meant to scare. So if anybody wants to take a quick guess, I'll give you guys a minute. What happens to the person if their voodoo doll gets bored? It just hurts. Actually, it feels like you're on fire because apparently my stomach acid is like unparalleled according to my esophagus. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little diabolical. Like I mentioned it. Low moan. Lorelai, are you for real? An Aztec death whistle would have been diabolical, but I didn't have time to order one. Phasmo ghost gasp. Same, yeah. Sure. So what I did was, and I mentioned it like the day of because I just thought about it, but while we were setting up the chairs, I was like, hey, we have a lot of these extra walkie-talkies around. What if I just started taping walkie-talkies under random chairs? And so when fun things happen, I could play like screams and bug noises and people whispering through the second channel of the walkie-talkies we're using to talk to one another to scare people. and it was really good. It was very effective. You guys want to know where I got that idea from? The place where I got the idea from? I'm not kidding. I got the idea from the ants, the fucking like ants ride at Disney Animal Kingdom. Cause like all I can remember as a kid, during my like one trip to Disney, was like going on that little like ride, and it's like a quote unquote ride. It's more like one of those like theater experience things that they have there. And like one thing they did is that when the wasps showed up, I don't know why, dude. I fucking hated the movie Ants as a kid, sue me. But the wasps showed up for whatever reason. And when they were flying around, they'd like puff the back of your neck with air and like play like speakers under your seat that were wasps. And I remember that scarring me as a child. So I was like, how could I, in my infinite multi-thousand-year wisdom, scar other children and make their own canon events? Yo, what's up, Lorcana? Welcome in. Hi, Alpha Jet. What's up, guys? But yeah, I thought that would be really funny, and it was a really good time. So yeah, that's what I did on Monday. So that was neat. Valid dislike of wasps. Oh yeah, we had like a yellow jacket infestation, so I put on like a coat, and some pants, and I walked outside with like one of those like 40-foot like wasp spray thingies. And just like literally covered the entire outside of the building. How can I pass this trauma along? Exactly. Isn't Ants from DreamWorks though? I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. All I know was Ants. It was either Ants or it was the one that has the caterpillar. Is that still Ants? I swear to God, there were like 2 animated ant kids movies. Yeah, it might have been Bugs Life. Obama! Yeah, it might have been Bugs Life. I think it was a Bugs Life then. Whatever! It's the same fucking movie. They both suck. Doesn't a Bugs Life have like Jerry Seinfeld in it? Dueling movies, it happens. It does. Wasn't there? Yeah, I think there were like actually like 2 movies in the same year that came out that were like unrelated. That had it was called like White House Down or some shit like that, and literally both movies are the exact same, just like really shitty like schlocky action movies about like the White House being invaded. Whoa! Wow. Holy shit, Watcher! Thank you for the 10 gifted! That is so cool! Thank you, thank you! Congratulations, chatters that have now become Hara members. Olympus has fallen and White House down, yeah. And they were both bad! They both sucked. There were 3 ant-based kids movies, actually. Ants, A Bug's Life, and Ant Bully. Chat! Can we nerd emoji Q, please? I would also like to say the Ant Bully sounds like it almost sounds like you have like ants and the Bug's Life, and then Ant Bully is like some like Chinese like really shitty like 3D graphic animated movie. Like it's like an obvious ripoff. Kind of like the y'all know what I'm talking about when I say like the Chinese like gopher rant. The animated gopher like rant thing. Thing's hilarious. That's all I can imagine, but an ant. There were 2 Meteor movies. What do you mean by Meteor movies? You mean like, what is it called? Apocalypse or whatever? With Bruce Willis? Yeah, that's a legendary gopher in this house. Are there other gophers in your house I should know about? Because that's kind of odd. Oh, it was Armageddon. That's what it is. They also, in my opinion, weren't great movies. Oh, that reminds me. Something I've had a really fun hobby of doing, and I'll tell you about, like, why this came up. But something that is a lot of fun, if you get bored and you just want to, like, do something for shits and giggles. Hey, Jordan. Something that's really funny is to go on IMDb, right? And here's your rule, right? Think of any movie that you can where someone is like, wow, this movie today is considered a groundbreaking experience that changed the way we've ever thought about film. It is a masterpiece beyond its peers. And then go back and look at the critic, like the actual movie critic, IMDb/Rotten Tomatoes pages. They are so fucking funny. And I'll talk about it. This will segue us into our horror movie talks. But for example, I looked up the one for the movie I saw for the first time on Sunday, In the Mouth of Madness, which I thought was a really good movie. And I know for a fact, because it's a John Carpenter film, same thing as The Thing, are seen as like really big impacts on the horror film industry. It is so fucking funny going back to like 2002. Actually, the movie came out in the 80s, but the furthest back it's got is like 1995, and seeing some people being like, this movie fucking sucks. It's shallow as shit. It'll never achieve anything. It's so funny. Like, especially with The Thing, like John Carpenter's The Thing, there are literal reviews on Rotten Tomatoes from like the year it came out where people are like, this is garbage. This is trash. Awful movie. It's so fucking funny. Yeah, but Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb typically go back and like add ones from old newspapers. Like, they'll go back and actually add movie reviews from newspapers. Because there were some from the 80s. They were just all positive. All the negative ones were a little bit later. The double attack on the White House movies, too. But yeah, I thought that was really funny. It made me laugh. Because, like, I know for a fact that, like, there's so many people that are like, the Thing is a masterpiece. And you'll see, like, so many videos on YouTube talking about, like, the twist ending and, like, the implications behind it and all this stuff. And then, like, you go look at some, like, random reviewer from, like, I don't even know, the Atoka Star. And his name's, like, Daryl. And he's like, this movie fucking blows. Like, in the 1980s, like, 1985. It's so fucking funny. This movie's dog shit. 1 out of 5. It'll never go anywhere. The characters are bland. The twist at the ending of the movie sucked. The creature looks like bad CGI. And it's like, people, like, literally, like, 20 years later, like, masterpiece of classic filmmaking. English teachers versus the author who was just high when writing. I swear, English teachers have to be high to make me think anything written by Jane Austen has any sort of, like, literary value. Hey, Thomas, I'm doing good. How you doing? I think I read, God. Actually, wait, is the name of the book Jane Austen, or is the author's name Jane Austen? I think the author's name is Jane Austen, right? And it's, what is it, Pride and Prejudice? Yeah, I read Pride and Prejudice, like, senior year of high school, and I was like, bro, this book is dog shit. Like, yo, thank you for the follow, Dark Mike 30. Welcome to the cult, how you doing? But yeah, I read Pride and Prejudice, and I was like, oh my god, I have spent 4.5 hours of my summer today reading 2 Victorian frumpy bitches talk about curtains. I'm about to crash out. Like, I didn't feel that way about every summer reading book. Like, for example, Lord of the Flies, I literally read in like 2 hours. Granted, kind of a short book, but you get it. But that one was terrible. It was bad. I didn't like Fahrenheit 451 either. I was bored to tears with that one too. It took me until I was out of school to start to appreciate critiquing literature. I don't think it's bad to critique literature. I just think that there's some stuff that just sucks. Oh yeah, the actual Frankenstein book and like is really good. I'm listening to an audiobook right now. It's like 60 fucking hours because the book is so long. But I'm listening to the audiobook for The Count of Monte Cristo, and great book. However, my one complaint is, like, I get it's supposed to be like some grand plot conspiracy that he's making a comeback through from, like, you know, like decades of rebuilding his life. But there are some things where you'll like have a whole like 30-page chapter in the Count of Monte Cristo just so you learn about the son of a guy who is friends of a main character who has no actual impact on Dante's life. And you're like, what's the point? Also, thank you for the follow, werewolves. Welcome to the cult. How you doing? I'm so excited for the Del Toro movie. Me too! I'm really excited. Did anyone see the Nosferatu movie? I need to know if that's any good. I'm probably gonna try to watch that for Halloween. I'm doing great, thanks. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out. I have read Lord of the Rings and Hobbit twice. Let me tell you, Tolkien is a wordy bitch. Yeah, it sounds about right. World building? A little bit of world building. Mary Shelley deserves all her love for being the godmother of modern sci-fi. That's also crazy too, because you have to remember that, like, a lot of, if I'm not mistaken, I think Mary Shelley and Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote a lot of their stuff, especially the book of, like, on Frankenstein, when essentially, like, it was during the plague, was it not? Or during a plague. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I was wrong. I could have sworn I remember being told that, like, there was a plague going on at the time, and that her and all of her, like, writing friends, including her husband, had to, like, shelter in the countryside, and while they were sheltering in the countryside, they had, like, a contest. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. But it ended up, like, causing the writing of, like, one of the greatest literary books of all time. Can't remember what it is now. I mean, yeah, during that time period, it could have been everything, but 1824 is a little too late for the bubonic plague. Oh, wait, no, I'm wrong. Oh, wait, no, I think the person that told me about it got it confused. She wrote a book on the bubonic plague. Okay, that's probably the difference. That makes more sense. I still could have sworn that they had, like, a contest. Hold on. Okay, no, I was right. There was a contest. I knew it. Let me see. It was a volcanic eruption that had wiped out summer in Europe. Okay, it was that, not a plague. It was due to an eruption that literally blotted out the sun. That's what it was. So they were stuck inside all day. Okay, that makes way more sense. Oh, the year without summer, Krakatoa. I actually don't think it was Krakatoa. You have to remember that, like, a volcano blotting out the sun actually happened a lot in history. Thank you for the follow, Crazy Bald Man. Welcome to the cult. How you doing? That reminds me, does anyone know when the worst year of history is? Anybody want to take a guess? Want to make sure I get my facts right here. We're talking about creepy things. So, Krakatoa was in the 1600s as well, wasn't it? Krakatoa has actually erupted a couple times. No, I mean, KT Impact year makes sense, but it would be, think of human history. Human history. The answer, yeah, I knew it was this, like, around the 600s or the 6th century. It's 536 AD. And you might be asking yourself, Hara, why is that? Well, as you can probably guess from what we're talking about, it was due to a volcanic eruption. Which volcano was it? They think it was in Iceland. But essentially it's believed it was on the, like, scale as, Yellowstone. What is it? What is the volcano in Yellowstone again? It's essentially what they believe would happen if the volcano in Yellowstone ever went active. Well, it is active, but erupted. This is essentially what happened in 536. Yeah, the super volcano. Oh, it's like Yellowstone, the whole volcano. I just thought it was the park name. That makes more sense. But yeah, if that ever erupted, they believe that this is what happened in 536. And essentially there was so much ash and debris that filled up the atmosphere that it blotted out the sun for a whole year, made the whole year a winter, literally winter for a year, where like global temps dropped like 5 degrees on average. Not even kidding. Killed all of the crops, caused mass famine. There was a major plague, known as the Justinian plague, that was ravaging all the way through the Byzantine Empire. Yeah, the plague of Justinian, that's what it was. And then also at the same time, all of the ash and stuff dispersed in the atmosphere was causing like lung diseases in people globally because, you know, they were breathing in ash. So it was pretty crazy. Yo, what's up, Ash Brown? What's up, dude? I think somebody followed while I was yapping. Crazy Bald Man. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Worse than bubonic by the numbers. It makes sense. Sounds about right. The population was much larger at that time period. Actually, wait. No, it was lower. The reason it was much more impactful is because it killed a larger percentage. That's what it was. Super volcanoes are not a real thing, technically. I didn't know that. Interesting. I don't know, man. I'm not a geologist. I pull things out of the ground that aren't rocks, because rocks are boring. Krakatoa on a chair leg. Boo! Boo! Bad pun. Something like that would kill any aeronautic travel nowadays. You see, I would think that, but like, I don't know if y'all saw, but I watched a video of people like, I think it was like just a regular like prop weather plane flying through that fucking Category 5 hurricane that's in the Caribbean right now, and that shit's insane. They went through the eye of the storm and it looked so fucking sick. It looked almost like some kind of like really cool cloud realm that you'd see in like anime or something. I know, I hate like weaving it up, but it really did feel like it. I'm hilarious, you know it. Chat is funny. Chatters are good at funny, are really funny. You must only lick the rock to understand it. Ugh, minerals. I love minerals. Volcanic dust is bad for aircraft. Oh yeah, without a doubt. It's because it stifles oxygen intake into the turbines. It also probably builds up as well, making it worse. Not me, I'm cringe, not funny, you're hilarious, shut up. Hey Strider, I once saw a lightning bolt curve horizontally then strike a pole. Was there an evil villain around you? That sounds like one of those things where like the evil villain laughs and it kind of like spreads out across the sky above them. SpongeBob ass moment with the rock licking. Hey, what can I say? Wouldn't be the first time I touched something rock hard with my mouth. Also volcanic EMP. Wait, is that actually a thing too? Is it because of all the debris in the air causes like problems with radio signals? I mean, that would make sense. Pause. No. I say fast forward. Geologists literally lick the rocks though? I don't believe you. There's no way geologists actually lick rocks. They do? No, they don't. Shut up. I'm not falling for this. I'm not falling for it, dude. There's no way geologists are like, I wonder what this is. There's no way. They don't. No, they don't. They don't like rocks. You're not getting me with this one, Chad. I'm too smart for you guys. I gaslight you guys all the fucking time. I'm not falling for this one. Quick, 1 + 1 Hara. I'm pretty sure according to the Bible, 1 + 1 = 1. I will send you a Forbes article. Forbes doesn't know shit. The taste can reveal information about the chemical contents in makeup. Y'all have to be, you know, I refuse to believe it. That might have been something that was useful like out in the field when we didn't have technology. But that's like, Look, I'm gonna pull the Patrick thing where it's like we have the technology and then beat it with a fucking computer. There's no way out in the field they're like, we can take this back for analysis, but no, I'm not falling for it. You're telling me that geologists just pull out a bunch of rocks out of a river, right? And they know that it's an area full of fossils. Hold on, Nero Loki. Welcome into the cult, but I'm busy ranting here. I gotta put chat in their place. So you're telling me that geologists just go out to a riverbed and pull out like 15 rocks, pile them up, and are like, well, we could put them in a bag and take them to the field area and analyze them. Or I could lick 15 rocks. It's not happening. There's no way. They're sitting there like, how many rocks have you licked today, Heather? And Heather's like, oh, I love my job. I got a PhD in granular mineral tasting. Like I'm fucking Napoleon Dynamite with the milk. Fucking licking it going, copper, copper, copper. No, that doesn't exist. I don't believe it. Liar. I'm not falling for it. I gaslight you guys all the time. I'm not falling for this one. Oh, no, actually, you know what, guys? I'm sorry. You're right. You're entirely right. I should know this as an archivist. I can tell the age of newspaper by licking it. I can tell the difference between wood pulp and, like, the whatever the dumb, like, cotton cloth conglomerate came before wood pulp. Just by licking it. Totally. I just lick 60-year-old newspaper. Bullshit! How do I tell as an archivist if the bottle of opium still has opium in it? I'll just take a little lick. We knew you did. Okay, rude. Rude. This bird doesn't want to believe science. You're right, I only believe history. It's not required anymore today. Like, tasting pee is not required in medicine anymore. Okay, they did not taste pee. Stop. Stop lying. Okay, I'm definitely not falling for that one. They did not taste fucking pee. Shut up. There's no way doctors ever tasted pee. They did not. They did not. Oh, well, I'm sorry. You're telling me they had a fucking pee sommelier outside the foyer of the doctor's office in the 1700s. Well, just some guy with his fucking little curled up powdered wig and some fucking wine glasses, fucking boxed, a big old crate of refrigerated boxed pee next to him to sip on, aerate, gyrate around in his glass, and then spit into a fucking spittoon to judge if they have diabetes or not. They did. Sugar in urine means diabetes. You can smell it! You can smell that! You don't have to put it in your mouth! You guys are so full of ass. Ass and shit and poop and cock-a-doodoo. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You're all full of doo-doo feces from a butt. I don't believe it. Essay explaining why geologists love to lick rocks. That's because they're geologists. It has no scientific bearing. That's just geologists. They have a rock fetish. Honestly, I have the option to out myself, and I'm not doing it. I could have said something absolutely heinous, and I'm not doing it. They also used to replace people's blood with milk. Is tasting so unbelievable? They did not replace people's blood with milk. No, they fucking didn't. They did not. Hey kid, how's it going, dude? Chat's trying really hard to convince me that geologists lick rocks for any scientific meaning. And then they were like, yeah, doctors used to drink pee. Yeah, whatever. Were they Roman? Were the doctors that drank pee and tasted pee Roman? Because if you don't know, Romans fermented pee so they could use the ammonia in it to bleach their white togas. The next natural step, honestly. They were traveling doctors, so in a way they were roaming. They were literally going door to door for piss. You're now trying to convince me that household traveling doctors would, like, knock on your door at 3 p.m. in the afternoon going, excuse me, ma'am, do you have anyone in your house that might have diabetes? I really need to taste some pee. No! They didn't! That's called harassment! That's called harassment! Is that why we say piss off today? Probably. They tried to turn nut into gold, although those guys were alchemists, so not really doctors, but they still tried. I'm more of a classic alchemist. I prefer to use lead. And mercury, you know, non-harmful substances. Pea bleaching was a thing until ammonia was available through chemistry. Yeah, but it was especially used in Rome. This could go on a list of best rage baits. Probably could. Urine contains a lot of valuable chemicals. I didn't say it didn't. I just said ain't nobody fucking putting it in their mouth. Well, in a non-sexual manner. Rome was wild, and yeah, a big reminder that Rome, ancient Rome, this is not a joke, smelled like absolute dog ass. And it was that, well, I mean, to be fair, it was that way up until, like, modern day. Because, I mean, you gotta think about it, like, horse crap, for example, was everywhere. So everything smells like doo-doo feces, as Michael Jackson would put it. And then, essentially, like, Romans at the time ate what is essentially a lot of fucking Thai fish sauce called garum, which smelled like rotting fish and was very salty. Then washed their togas in fermented piss and hung around a bunch of horses and did not bathe the whole extremely frequently. So, you know, BO, urine, rotting fish, manure. Yeah, what a great just absolute, what a great scent-scape that Rome was. Isn't there an Egyptian god named Nut? It's Newt, but yes. I smelled mustard and chlorine gas today. Not fun. Shit stinks bad. Yeah, if you smell it, it does damage to your lungs. So I hope you didn't actually smell it.
Well.
Brendan!
Spring clean.
Ow! Rude. Is that where the Eye of Newt comes from, the god? Talking like a witch's brew? Are you talking like a witch? Like a witch's brew? No, that's the Newt spelled N-E-W-T. Oh my god. Amateur. We got amateurs in here, man. Amateurs. How long have you been in this cult? Oh my god. We also need a squirt of lemon. Wait, what do you mean lemon? What do we need lemons for? Who mixed bleach and ammonia twice? That's insanity. At least I didn't mix bleach and vinegar. I don't know, that might still be as bad, honestly. Nut goddess, I hate you. So yeah. Newts were also considered medicinal for a long time because some have minorly poisonous properties. Funny lizard make tummy feel funny. Yeah, so are leeches. Leeches were also thought to be medicinal. Eye of Newt is mustard seed, isn't it? I have no clue what it actually is. I'm not a medieval witch. I'm an ancient Egyptian sorceress. There's a difference. We don't do absolute, you know, dumb bull crap like, make urinal cake to feed to our dog to see if we're cursed. Or, you know, create voodoo dolls, or make witches' brews and cauldrons. Yeah, we don't do that bullshit. We do real magic. Like drinking water off of carved rocks. Yo! Welcome in, Raiders! Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. My name's Hara Rae Sol. I'm an Egyptian paragliding sun goddess. We do War Thunder, Total War Variety, and History streams. Thank you so much for the raid, Lady Catherine. I think I said that right. How y'all doing? Welcome in. We are talking spooky movies, funny history, creepy history stuff. And I'm just being very opinionated to be pedantic. So if you like yelling and you like drinking water off of carved rocks to learn really neat spells, I got the place for you. I love being opinionated. Hell yeah! Okay, all right, Lady Catherine. If you like being opinionated, then we are gonna do the first test. Chat, nobody tell her. Nobody tell her. All right, Catherine. How do you feel about meatballs on pizza? Go. It's very important. It's very important. It was a very opinionated thing in ancient Egypt. How do you feel about meatballs on pizza? I like protein. Bad answer. If you get meatballs on pizza, you're gross. You're gross. I don't mean to be blunt about it. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. You're gross. You're immature, is what I'll say. You're immature. Immature. I don't like meatballs on pizza, to be honest. Amazing! You're my new best friend. I'm kidding. But correct answer. Ding ding ding. Somebody put the green editor, put the green circle on screen. Ow. My thing is
Great success.
Sure. My thing is, look, if you want meatballs on your pizza, just get fucking spaghetti. Be an adult, get some fucking spaghetti. Ultimate power. Or a meatball sub. Yeah, or a meatball sub. There's nothing wrong with eating meatballs, just don't put it on pizza. What about meatballs in a calzone? That's the same thing as on a pizza. Ew. Swedish put kiwi on pizza. Sweden, Switzerland, whatever. I don't even know where Sweden is. Is that next to the fake country, Finland? I like chicken parm. Chicken parm is pretty good. But sorry for derailing the raid. Thank you again for the raid. That's very sweet of you. If you guys don't know, I'm Hara Rae Sol, an Egyptian goddess of the sun, the sky, and the pharaonic line of Egypt. I have a master's degree in history. I work as a museum curator full-time. So we like to do a lot of fun things here. I'm known for saying crazy fucking things. I'm known for cursing worshipers and apparently getting hit in the leg with a chair by Brendan Fraser. So, yeah, if you like that, stick around. Come hang out, have a fun time. We got a lot of fun stuff planned, especially this weekend. But today we're just having a fun little vibe, hangout after work. So yeah, thank you again for the raid. I hope your stream was really good, Catherine. What were y'all up to? I was told you were a War Thunder streamer, so I was like, no, I can't. But then I was forced to raid. It was the right choice. I am a War Thunder streamer. I was actually considering it for tonight. We might, like, spend the last hour just playing some tanks. But I am, yes, in all of my cringe glory. We actually have my decal. My partner decal with War Thunder is almost done, so I'm really excited. Ooh, Kingdom Hearts 1. Hell yeah. I actually have never played a Kingdom Hearts game. I'll be honest. Ooh, congrats. Thank you. It's been a long time coming. The artist's almost done with it, and it looks really good. She beat up Oogie Boogie. No, that's fair. Kingdom Hearts games are really good. I'm sure they are. I just feel like I missed the boat, you know? I feel like it's too late. Instead of mustard gas, try chloramine. Why is somebody in here like... Why is somebody in chat telling people to make, like, chemical bombs? Trichloramine is created mixing bleach and ammonia. Okay. Otan, somebody make the Saddam Hussein meme, please. I'd say it's evergreen if you liked Disney movies. Wait, evergreen? KH2 is definitely the best, though. I will admit, I've always seen a lot of stuff on Kingdom Hearts. I just never played them. So, like, I've seen all, like, the lore videos and things like that, so. I like Deltarune. Like, Deltarune is a lot better from all the crazy art about it. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I still need to play Undertale, too. I haven't played Undertale either. I bought it, like, 2 years ago and just never got around to it. Undertale's good. Yeah, I watched the donkey video on it, like, way on back, and I was like, that looks like fun. Yo, thank you for the follow, Max Trooper Rocks. Welcome to the cult. How you doing? Also, if anybody followed from the raid, I'm so sorry if I didn't catch you, but welcome, man. Hope you enjoy your stay with the cult. Nice try, Fed. What do you mean? What'd I do? Evergreen content, meaning it's around whenever because evergreen trees. Oh, I've never heard that term before. That's kind of cool. It's a good one. Yo! Thank you for the sub, Citrus! Man, 23 months is crazy. If you guys don't know, Citrus made our cool little backtrack for chatting in our intro screen. So if you guys like it, you guys should totally check him out. But yeah, so what we were talking about were horror movies. And like I said, on Sunday, I watched In the Mouth of Madness for the first time. I think that's the name of it. Something like that. The John Carpenter film. Thank you for the lurk, lady. Actually, if you wouldn't mind, would you mind using the lurk command? Don't tell her, chat. Don't tell her. Yes! Your organs are mine. Thank you. I will happily take your organs. I'm gonna put them in pretty jars. You give me a mummy for Halloween. Easy! Baited. We're so good at that, dude. I think that might be my best thing. I think I was born to swindle people. But thank you again for the raid on. Have a great rest of your night. Another one falls for the trap. Like ants to a sugar cube. Like, like rats in a sandwich. Ow, you were born to do something, that's for sure. Yeah, torment you. Every sunburn you get, me. Every form of skin cancer, me. Vitamin D deficiency, because you were away from me. No matter what you do, I will negatively impact your life in some way, shape, or form. I'm Mexican, I have resistance. Have you ever heard of a hole in the ozone layer? Have you ever been to Australia? My friends beta and gamma radiation will come right up to you and say, allow us to introduce ourselves. She's everywhere, practically. Ow. Can you believe that Aristotle believed that, like, I revolved around you guys? How ridiculous is that? The ozone layer is actually healing as we speak. But it ain't fully healed yet. There's still a hole that's a death laser somewhere on the planet. Maybe someday soon, I'm gonna hit the Great Pacific Garbage Patch and just hit a disco ball at the right angle with a solar flare, and like there's just gonna be laser beams just cutting through the Earth's crust at multiple angles with the brightest laser show humanity will ever see for about 15 seconds before people are just evaporated on contact. This is just a roundabout way to call us orbiters. In a way, yes. Honestly, I've been thinking, so I do call you guys worshippers and cultists. Ow. And I know that when we first started, harassers was not a community name that people liked. But is there any, does anybody have any cool ideas for like community names? Have we thought of any different ones, or are we cool with worshippers? Worshippers just feels kind of generic. I like all the puns that people do with their names. I'm getting really tired of the colas. Soul Survivors. That's not a bad one. Hara's Orbiters. Try and keep it one word. Brandon! Ow! That's why harassers worked so well, because it was one word. You can also be punny with it. Lasers are very ineffective in water, though. I didn't ask. You ever seen the what is it? The Ed Wertz like YouTube video, the sun is a deadly laser. That's me. Baws are cool, but that makes us sound like sheep. It does. And I can't call you all bi and res as much as I'd like to. Just keep us harassers. I want a better one. I want a serious one. How do you feel about the British fixing their solar death ray building? They're just delaying the inevitable. Peasants. Okay, technically peasants in ancient Egyptian would be sekti. I wouldn't mind calling you guys, but I don't know if anybody would get that. Hararians. That sounds like we have a mental disability. Thank you for the input. I'm not making fun of your input. I'm very thankful for the good one, but what's up, Nozami? That works, mommy dommy. Don't call me that. Remember, nerds, you do not have a chance with me. Don't get it twisted. I'm like your older sister. You have no chance. I'm gonna go ahead and just cut that off at the pass. You have no chance. There will be no rating of this tomb if you catch my drift. Not from any of you nerds. As much as I like you guys. Chill, I refuse. I do not know chill. But welcome in, Sweary. Oh, it's pretty chill? I'd hope so. Hieroglyphs? Ooh, I kind of like that one. I might write that one down. Also, big reminder, our contest for the War Thunder Best Name in War Thunder competition is Sunday with Sharklet. So make sure you guys get those entered in the Discord to get 5,000 War Thunder GE. We can go with hieroglyphs. I like hieroglyphs. Oh wait, that is the one that you said. I said hieroglyphics. It's definitely hieroglyphs. Guys, she's a brat, not a mommy dommy. I'm not really much of a brat anymore. I could be smug, vindictive, teasing even, but I also feel like I'm a little bit too mature to be a brat these days. My chest isn't flat. Dang, no chance with Hara. No more drawing Hara and librarian. I didn't say that. I didn't say stop that. Smug sister. Exactly. The idea is I'm your cooler older sister that lets you stay up when mom and dad go to bed to watch Toonami. And I don't care if, like, the animated Batman series says fuck. So, you sound deceptively bratty. I definitely can be. Don't get me wrong. She really hit the DBZA Android 16. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I have an older sister, though. Yeah, but you don't want to hit me. Sometimes. Sometimes. I know what it's like having siblings. Although I'm from the older perspective. You would definitely let me stay up and watch Robot Chicken? Absolutely. I don't care if it's a school night, dude. I'm watching it. I ain't your mama. You can hang out on the couch with me. I don't care. Thank you for the lurk, Potshot. Help me take your organs. I'm a younger sibling. Ha! Child. Baby. We got a baby in chat. I'm an older sibling, but I do have 2 half siblings. I'm gonna get you. Probably not. My older sister scares the shit out of me. Oh, I'm sorry. See, that's the funny thing. You can tell all of the people that are... Okay, this might be a little gooner-brained, but... It's something I think about pretty often, is where, like, there's a lot of people that are, like... And you can tell. It's only ever single child people. Like, people that were, like, single children... or had siblings that were, like, the same gender, where they'll be like, ooh, like, incest, that's kind of hot. When it comes to, like, anime, and it's like, dude, if you had a sibling at all, you'd be like, that's fucking horrific. Like, that is disgusting. I am gagging. I am vomiting. I am scream crying. I am ripping out my eyeballs and deafening myself. Yo, what's up, Gaming Bird? What's up, dude? What kind of games you play? What kind of gamer are you? We're gonna make like a gamer test and be like, what kind of gamer are you? Are you Zoomer Fortnite guy that gets all the cool girls with your curly broccoli hair? Or are you World of Warcraft Cheeto bag defiler? Open your loot box and find what you want and find out. Well, there goes half the art with Hara. What do you mean? Okay, you said that too well. Alliance or Horde. I only ever played Warcraft 1, 2, and 3. I didn't go over to World of Warcraft. I have a social life. Which is why I played MMOs like that when I turned 20. Yo! Welcome in, Raiders! Welcome in, everybody. My name's Hara Rae Sol. I'm an Egyptian paragliding sun goddess. I do Worth It of Raid industry streams in Total War. I gotta add that one into the subconscious list. But welcome in. Thank you for the raid, Neon Moon. How was your stream? What were y'all up to? Hara too good for WoW, guys. Okay. I'm gonna give my one take on World of Warcraft, and there is one major, but to a lot of people is probably a very stupid reason of why I did not get into World of Warcraft. And I'm gonna be entirely honest. The pauldrons are too big. That is legitimately the only reason. The pauldrons on everything are too big, and they look really fucking stupid. That is it. That is the only reason I didn't get into it. And I was like, wow, they all look like really stupid, like 60s football players. And I don't like it at all. I'm not afraid to say that the aesthetics matter for me in video games. I'm not saying I gotta have like crisis level, like fucking ray tracing, but it can't look like shit. We're watching the new Has-Been Hotel. Hell yeah, hope you had a good time. Thank you for the follow, Tier Gaming to Burb. You don't want a pauldron that can double as a dining room table? I'm gonna be honest, both in Dota, back when I played Dota, way back when, and World of Warcraft, there are like some pauldrons with like giant spikes that like go up to the heavens. I think they're called like heaven spike pauldrons or some shit like that. Or epaulets or whatever they want to fucking call it. But they literally look like one of those, like, all I can think about when I see those are like the kebab, like, rotisseries. Where, like, all I can imagine is that they got, like, the kebab things and they're, like, shaving it off their shoulders. Yo, what's up, Mac? Here, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Hold on. There's, like, an invoker set. Yo, thank you for the follow, Kaiser. Welcome to the cult. Yeah, I found it. Everybody knew exactly what I was talking about. Or Google knew exactly what I was talking about. Okay, hold on. Why is that picture so tiny? Why are all the pictures so tiny? Okay, hold on. All right. I will now reveal to you the what people in Dota call the heavenly epaulets, or whatever, pauldrons, the things, the sky piercers. They're actually called the heaven piercing pauldrons. That is not a joke. But this is what they look like. And every time I see it, I just think of like one big fucking doner kebab rotisserie owl on each of these, and it's like spinning. An evoker is using the red orb he has, it's like fire or whatever, to like heat the kebab, and he's like, you want kebab? And he's just like slicing it off. Yeah, that's all I can think of. It's really funny. It makes me laugh. So yeah. I think I gotta I think I already thanked Kaiser for the follow, but in case I didn't, welcome to the cult. Oh, thank you for the 60 to bin Infinity Engine. That's very sweet of you. Long live the real Queen of the Nile. And well, I guess I'm not the goddess of the Nile. It's not me. Damn. I can't say that for once. Giant mustache. He also had the item on his that I think had the Goku hair. That man will be utterly defeated by a normal-sized doorway. Honestly, knowing Invoker, he would just make the doorway bigger by causing an explosion at the doorway. The man had an ego. Hara, you're like the sun. You're just too damn big. Is it my ass? I know. I'm sorry. Much like the mannequin I tried to pull through that door, sometimes I try to walk through doorways and I'm like, ah, I'm stuck. Your smile, it's huge. Oh, you guys are sweet. Thank you. Now all I can think about is that song that's like, let's ride into the sunset together. That one, cause like, what was the line she said? I can't remember now, but it's essentially about like her being in love with a guy that's got a grin like as wide as the big western sky. It's really cute. Fallout New Vegas infects all. I'm not kidding. I have an entire morning playlist of like Western cowboy music to play when I'm going to work. Any problem can be solved with an explosion. I do think it's kind of funny if you think about it. Nuclear bombs, the way nuclear bombs work, are like, at least early on with like Fat Man and Little Boy, were like, all right, so this material is really hard to get to detonate by itself. So what if we caused a small explosion to cause a big explosion? It is like the most like lug meat-headed way to create a super bomb I've ever heard of. That is still on Nuke's work? Oh, really? I thought so. Country music? No, not country music. It's different. Americana and country music and Western music are different. See, Western music. Oh, thank you for the follow, Deathly. Welcome to the cult. How you doing? Like, Western music is like Marty Robbins, which is like, Big Iron and like things like that. Like stuff from, Fallout New Vegas. And then you have Americana that's a little bit more folkish and has like banjos and stuff like that. And that's also really good. And then country is like, I don't even know. My truck is big. It's got a bigger woman in it. I like drinking beer. It hating the government. Like that's pretty much like all. That's American flag. That's like all of country. Lone Star is pretty good though. Lone Star has some good music. There is some country that's really good. Don't get me wrong, but yeah. I can't listen to country music. My credit score is too high. True. Isn't that just how every modern explosive works? I think that is how plastic explosive works. Like tannerite and C4 and plastic explosives. Dynamite's still dynamite though. Nitroglycerin's still nitroglycerin. As much as Nobel wanted it to be used for peace, that bitch ain't used for peace. Well, it is used for peace. Turning things into pieces, rather. Multiple piece. If you think about it, his name's like Albert Nobel, right? Nobel got what he wanted. He just got more peace than he wanted. Multiple pieces. See you, Red. How about black powder? It's Alfred. I knew it was fucking Alfred. What did I say? Barnaby? I can't remember. This is a moment where I understand too much about explosive compounds and I do not want to end up back on the list I just got off. Let's just say you need a big bag of fertilizer and stream immediately cuts off. Also, Oppenheimer wishing for peace via the atomic bomb was short-sighted. Honestly, I would say he was a little correct. I would say that actually, had there not been atomic bombs created during the Cold War would have very likely gone hot. Just think of it like a standoff. You're like willing to shove people when you know that both of you have pocket shotguns that could blow either one of you away in a millisecond, but nobody's gonna throw the first punch. Nobel was horrified by his invention, so he invented the Nobel Prize. That's true. He also invented, ironically, invented dynamite as a reason to make mining safer. Pocket shotgun sounds like an actual product. I'm sure it is. I'm sure there's some, like, gun nut guy out there. I'm sure Crunch has thought to himself, man, if I could get the worst fucking arthritis and fibromyalgia in my fingers and wrist before the age of 40, and I would sacrifice it all for a shotgun that's no longer than my index finger. The Cold War is a very spicy dick measuring contest. I mean, there was like actual fighting though. The Soviets and the United States did actually fight one another pretty often. I guess I got pre-called out there. I do kind of feel bad though, because we're talking about like firearms. It's supposed to be like Halloween, like oriented. Dynamite is made by having the skeletons of ancient microscopic plants suck up highly unstable nitroglycerin, and it's pretty sick. Can you imagine like the fucking trees to like the tech trees required in Minecraft to get to that shit? As a history buff myself, what do you think about the H? What, like the bombing of Hiroshima? Is that what you mean? Like the H-bomb? Favorite horror movie, Halloween movie, go? Well, I'll get to it in a minute. Hunley? What do you mean Hunley? What's Hunley? I'm confused. Anyway, moving on to Halloween movies. What I was talking about earlier was In the Mouth of Madness. It's a John Carpenter film. Has anyone here ever seen it? It's actually like really good. Oh, the H.L. Hunley, the Civil War submarine. I mean, it was effective for what it did. It just wasn't very effective for getting back. So, success. Also, I don't know if it's technically a submarine. Would you technically count a submarine? Well, I guess it still is a submarine if it doesn't have torpedo tubes. So yeah, I guess it is technically a submarine. That's a great film. It was really good. It was one of those movies where like, it feels like it's really deep. And like, you kind of have to like, really think about the movie for it, like for you to think it's a good movie. If you can only look at it from the surface, it's not that great. It technically did have an explosive on it. I mean, look, if you want to call that a torpedo, that's like calling like the World War II Japanese like mine sticks RPGs. They're not. They're not. The entire point was just they made it easier so you could get closer to detonate the bombs that were in the shaped charge that was on the end of a stick. I don't often watch horror movies, but if I did, would be around Halloween. It'd probably be a Jason movie. Honestly, I've never really liked, like, slasher flicks. They kind of stink. I'll be honest. Like, I thought Scream was an okay movie. I dated somebody that was, like, really into, like, horror stuff. And they were obsessed with Scream. And I was like, it's alright. I got to watch Sinners and Weapons this Halloween season. Both were excellent. I need to watch Weapons. Good to know it's really good. I thought Sinners was great, though. I don't know if I really would count it as a horror movie, though. I mean, I guess it technically is. It has some horrible parts, I guess is the best way to put it. But, I don't know. I wasn't that scared by it, if I'm being honest. I just thought it was really cool. My dream gun's a Car 98K. That's neat. Weapons has a few scenes, FYI, like visceral. Oh. Noted. Gotta take my deep breath. Don't watch Terrifier? What's Terrifier? I don't know. I'm afraid of the day when, like, I go to, like, watch, like, a funny horror movie for Halloween and I accidentally find, like, a snuff film. I really don't want that. I do have to refill the Yap Mana bar, correct. My lungs can't keep up. See you, Watcher. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Hope to see you back. Okay, so we might do a stream late Halloween night. I will let you guys know Friday how I'm feeling. We will definitely have our next stream. Actually, I might not be streaming this either, but we will be at least over on Steamy Snuggler's channel around 1 p.m. on Saturday playing what is essentially Mario Party. So it ought to be a lot of fun. We're playing with a lot of other War Thunder creators too. I know Justin TV is going to be there, so that's going to be fun. I never played games with him before. I'm excited. It's a slasher with a crazy amount of gore. Yeah, I'm not really a gore person. I'm not a gore person, and I don't like body horror. In the Mouth of Madness was, like, really funny, though, because, like, you could tell it was the 80s. So, like, you'd have a scene where... What can I think of? It's a horror movie, right? So you'd have, like, these, like, horrifying, like, practical effect demon creatures that look like Cronenberg stuff. But also in the same movie, you'd have a psychomaniac who's wielding an axe trying to hit the main character, and cops shoot him like 16 fucking times, and there's no blood. Literally 0 blood, dude. Not a single ounce of blood. It was so funny. He's just sitting there going like, ah, in the window, like getting shot, and there's like no blood, no holes in his shirt, nothing. Did Justin TV get the name after the official site? I don't know, actually. I think his name's just Justin. I get that, Alpha Bravo. I felt the same way about Texas Chainsaw Massacre as a kid. Hey, Reaper. There were a lot of kids when I was, like, in high school that were like, oh my god, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is so edgy. It's such a good movie. And you watch it and it's like, this is just gross. That's horrible, Otan, but I'm not surprised. There's some pretty shitty people on YouTube. That's not really YouTube's fault. That's just like people will pick, you know, the most popular place to be fucked up. Texas Chainsaw Massacre has no story. I mean, it has a little bit, but yeah. Yo, Karnak, what's up, dude? Welcome in. How's your Wednesday going? It's based in part on Ed Gein. I mean... Yeah, it is. I was gonna say Ed Gein wasn't nearly as bad, but he did technically murder a woman, dismember her, and skin her corpse. It was only one, because she apparently looked like his mother, but he did do it once. Everyone else, he just dug up graves. Nice! Let's go, Karnak! I need wobber. Hold on. Oh yeah, he was definitely an influence, because he was making like luggage and stuff like that with skin and flesh and stuff, which is really gross. But I mean, people call him a serial killer. He's not a serial killer. He's a murderer. He killed one person. But he was really just a grave robber and extremely mentally unwell. Your Next is a good movie. The protagonist goes full-on gorilla on the killers. That's neat. I am thirsty. My throat gets dry from yapping. Yo, another one. Welcome in, Raiders. Yes, welcome everyone. My name's Hara Rae Sol. I'm an Egyptian Peregrine sun goddess. Thank you so much for the raid, Oniera Nautica. How was your stream? What were y'all doing? Have you seen the old black and white 1984 movie? I believe so. I might have seen the newer one though. Ooh, Jet. Oh, that is something to talk about. Remind me to talk about it in like 10 minutes, Karnak, if you're still here. The French Crown Jewel heist would be a lot of fun to talk about on stream. We're doing well. We were playing Cold Waters. Ooh, what's Cold Waters? Never heard of it. That heist was so goofy. It really was. We'll get on in a minute, though. But I wanted to talk like other not history movies, horror movies. Is that the sequel to Warm Waters? Every time I get in a pool, I make warm water. A Cold War submarine game has campaigns in 68, 84, and 2000. That's pretty neat. Sounds really fun. -2? What do you mean -2? -2 to what? But, do you guys have any favorite Halloween movies? Like, anything that you guys like? Actually, just any Halloween movie takes. I know I've already had some of mine, but I want to hear your guys's. None, 1 and 2. Is that the ones that are like the continuation of The Conjuring? Hellraiser 2. Is that technically a horror movie? Wait, yes it is. That's the guy with like thumbtacks in his head. It's needles, but it's funny if you think about it. It's like different colored like Office Depot like thumbtacks. Wait, no, Hellraiser. Wait, no, wait, am I wrong? Is Hellraiser the one with Hellboy? No, that's Hellboy. No, I was right. It is the guy with weird needles. Where do you stand on Nightmare Before Christmas? I don't care for it, if I'm being honest. So no lettuce from Hara and no sharing a pool. Got it. The radiation kills any germs. I promise. I'm sterile. Doodle Bob's Spange Bob episode is fantastic. Did you have a stroke? But yeah, it is a good episode. Krampus. I know there's shit, but I like the Halloween Town movies. I don't think I ever saw those. Yeah, Pinhead? Who you calling Pinhead? Huh? I don't know. My thing with like the Nightmare Before Christmas movies is like they're not. I don't think it's a bad movie. It's just not for me. Pinhead's the baddie in Hellraiser. I know. Annabelle. Annabelle was creepy. I'll give you that one. Ain't watched a horror film in a while. I get you. I get you. Scary Godmother 1 and 2, the Cartoon Network specials. What? Never heard of those. Yeah, I remember the Halloween Town movies. I never saw them, but I know what they are. If you guys want to watch a really shitty, but kind of like one of those like it's so shitty it's funny like Halloween movies, you can go watch the Leprechaun series of movies. They're really funny. But they're also really ass. They're really bad. Jaws, can't say it's a horror movie. I would definitely actually say that Jaws is a horror movie. More of a thriller type than like a slasher flick, but definitely a horror movie. Do you guys actually know that in Jaws, there's an extra in one of the scenes who was found like weeks after filming of the movie dead on one of the beaches where they were filming, and they don't know who she is. They're not able to identify her. It's really creepy. I'm not kidding. This is not me gaslighting. It's true. But like, apparently all of her molars had been pulled out, so she couldn't be identified. Does Sharknado or Ash versus the Evil Dead count? No. No. That's like asking if Scary Movie counts as a horror movie. From Jill Thompson and got picked up by Canadian Animation House. Interesting. Sharknado does suck. See you, Niera. I think I said your name right, by the way. Feel free to correct me if I didn't. Thank you for rating again. Have a great rest of your night and enjoy your dinner. But it's in the title. Shut up. Shut up. Dead Snow. I don't think I've seen that one either. I also know, I'm surprised nobody's ever said, like, what is it, like... What is it, like, 36 hours later? It's not 36 hours later. It's some number of hours later, and then there's one that's, like, days later. I know they came out with one recently that's months later. 28, is it 28 hours? Oh, 28 days and 28 months. It's actually not weeks, Gear. They skipped it. They skipped weeks. Wasn't there a movie with a group of guys in the Arctic being attacked by World War II German zombies? There was. I forget what it's called. Wasn't it called, like, Dead Light or something like that? That sounds horrific, King. Why would you do that? That's Dead Snow? Oh, okay. Still waiting for 28 years later. Okay, in a real zombie apocalypse moment, 28 years after a zombie breakout, there would be no zombies. They would have all rotted. That's what I always find dumb about zombie movies, is when they're like sprinting at like Mach 4, like they're Usain Bolt. And it's like, okay, these guys that have no muscle tissue after like less than 2 days. Like, they would walk, especially in the heat, they would just become bloated piles of like mushy flesh and would just like crumple under any weight. Zombie tanks? Sounds awful. Sounds terrible. "30 Days of Night," a vampire movie. I'm just making sure that Yariko doesn't make me watch that really bad movie that has the vampire movie that has Quentin Tarantino in it, where he like sucks on like the vampire woman's toes. That movie was really bad. It really sucked. It was one of those movies where the movie's like 3 hours long and you don't even see the vampires until 2 hours into the movie. So by the time they show up, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot, this is a vampire movie. Yeah, From Dusk Till Dawn, yeah. Is Yari doing a movie night? I don't know, actually, but she made me watch that sometime in the past year, and I was like, this movie sucks. Did it have Christopher Lee? I don't think it did, no. It had Quentin Tarantino and, not Brad Pitt. But another actor that's, like, pretty well known. Shaun of the Dead is great. I'll be honest, though. I like, Hot Fuzz more. I have a note on. It sounds very interesting, though. I'll be sure to check it out. Yeah, Hot Fuzz was really good. Hara knows Peak. I always know Peak. My opinions are the best. On everything. Everything. I mean, I like both. I just like Hot Fuzz more. Oh, it was George Clooney. You're right. It was George Clooney in From Dusk Till Dawn. Alright. We're switching gears again. We're going back to the other thing we were talking about. The Heist. So, Hara's now on my Roku TV. She's watching from behind me now. Wait, you like put me on the TV in like the living room? Can other people hear me? French gym heist. French gym heist! The vampire movie Sinners was really good. It was really good. I really liked it. I actually have some of the music from the movie in like a playlist of mine. Hey, anyways, how's it going?
Lunchables pizza sauce on my titties.
Yeah, so what? Someone said this would be great marketing for Now You See Me 3, and I can't shake how funny that would be. I'm gonna be honest, I never cared for those movies. No, my room? Oh, okay. As long as other people can't hear me, I won't stop saying things that might get you in trouble. We Germans made jokes about the Lyft company after the heist. What do you mean the Lyft company? It is kind of wild though. They did it, if you don't know, okay, let me lay it out for you. So it was some French crown jewels that were at the Louvre in Paris. And apparently like 4 guys just like pretty much got in one of those like baskets that they use to like inspect like electrical wires and just moved it in broad daylight over to an awning and walked in from the awning, picked all the stuff up, got back in the bucket and left. And actually left some things behind. Like I think I left behind a crown and stuff outside the building and stuff like that, which is really funny. But it's really sad. The main reason they didn't get caught immediately is because the camera for that balcony was turned the wrong direction, which honestly is the most museum security sounding thing I've ever heard in my life. They used a lift, and we say if the job needs to be done fast, use their lifts. Oh, makes sense. Hey, Erwin. So yeah, that's really funny. I think they caught 2 of the people, right? They caught 2 of the conspirators. Which means if they caught 2, they're gonna catch the other ones. One of them's gonna squeal for a plea deal. I'm doing great, thank you. A little tired, but I'm surviving. Yeah, that's insanity, Nekos. I'm not gonna lie, I would not open it. I would go outside into my driveway and just start spiking it into the concrete until it opened. That is exactly how I would do it. But yeah. The gym heist is really crazy. I think it's funny too, because like, it had to have been less than 6 months ago. We watched that internet historian video on that one painting getting lifted out of the Louvre. And we were just laughing because of how simple it was. Because the guy like literally came in with a box cutter, just cut it out of the frame and walked out with it. Was it? Oh, it was the Mona Lisa. You're right. Yeah, and it was hidden in some random dude's chest. Like, it's kind of sad that, like, a museum like that doesn't have better security. But it's all too common with museums. Because, like, I don't know, there's, like, this, like, weird thing with museums where, like, a lot of museum professionals, especially, like, the higher ones, think that their name alone will be off-putting to robbers, and it's just not true. Into a safe with ones with IKEA level design that even have reinforced glass. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, and that there were copies made, right. That was part of the reason why they found it, is because the whole heist wasn't that they were stealing the Mona Lisa because they knew it was too hot to sell. What they did was instead made prints and copies of it and swindled a bunch of, like, black market, like, art buyers and dealers with fake prints and copies and then returned conveniently through having a paid fall guy to give back the real one, which is really interesting. Very smart. Honestly, if there's a way to do it, that is the way to do it. Honestly, maybe that's what they did with these crown jewels too. Like maybe they had a bunch of like fake crown jewels and essentially like sold him to a bunch of rich people because, you know, they gain a lot of value because they're no longer stuck in a museum, and then plan to give it back. That's the optimist angle. The negative angle is that they pried the gems out and then melted down whatever material was making up the rest of the crown and completely destroyed it and sold all of the items individually, and now the item is lost historically forever. So I'm hoping the former, because the latter is horrible. They need to bury them for years and just disappear. Even burying them won't help. They would have to come back in like 4 or 5 decades when it's completely forgotten about. It'd be one of those things where it's like, if you're stealing it for like insurance for your children, maybe it's a good idea. You'll like throw out on your deathbed or in your will, but you're not gonna be able to sell those literally anytime soon. I promise you the Louvre 15 years from now is still gonna be looking for them. I do find it funny though that I asked somebody, or I asked on Twitter how you guys would theoretically get away with it, because I'm theoretically not involved. And I thought it was really funny that somebody suggested just pull a British Museum and just say you're not stealing, you're just taking care of them, because obviously you can't trust the Louvre. If the Louvre doesn't have proper security to take care of the crown jewels, well then they shouldn't have them at all. They definitely should just be stolen by somebody else and sold and put on display elsewhere with proper security. We're still looking for paintings stolen during World War II. The French government would never stop hunting them down. You're right, but those will never be found. I think it's less likely that they're in someone's private collection and more likely that they're in some, like, tunnel in the Alps that was the entrance to was blown shut during the 1940s and will never be found or reopened again, at least for a couple decades, in the least. Because you have to remember that the Germans, at the end of World War II, were blowing up the entrances to their stashes. And they didn't find that one apartment full of works from the 40s in Paris? Never know. You're not wrong. I'm just talking about the bulk of them. They will cost a fortune. That doesn't make a lot of sense, though, Anubis. Because what would happen there is that, like, if those are the only paintings they would find archaeologically, they'd be like, well, carbon dating puts them here, but carbon dating is infallible, and these are obvious modern painting techniques. And so, obviously knowing that people can't actually go back in time, these must be fakes. That would be the conclusion of archaeologists. Even if they would technically be wrong, they would still technically be right. They would be able to essentially suss out their fakes. Actually, wait, no. The carbon dating, okay, actually, that's actually crazy if you think about it archaeologically. If he actually painted those paintings in our time and took them back to the Stone Age and buried them, and they somehow survived and were redug back up, they would be thought to just be regular paintings from this time period, because carbon dating would actually show that they were made during this time period. Because carbon dating is based off of, like, the carbon that was affected by radiation. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, that's how that works. So they would still be carbon dated to this time period. So, like, literally they'd find them and be like, oh, these are worthless. They're from our time period. They're probably just by some, like, weird Art Nouveau guy. But it's really interesting to think about how that works. So yeah, you could technically go back in time, like bury a cell phone and people would dig it up and still think it's just a cell phone unless they happen to dig it up, before modern times. Yo, thank you for the follow, Creature Crawl. Welcome into the cold. How you doing? First time viewer, how come no matter what the color the shampoo is, the lather's always white? That's because you got weird shit in your fucking hair, dude. It's because you got weird shit in your hair. And I think the reality of it is because if they made the foam not white, it would dye hair and people would get pissed. Would there be a difference made by nuclear tests? Yes, that's my point. The nuclear tests are a key indicator of, like, when something was made. So, if you make it now, where there's a lot of background radiation due to nuclear tests, and you go back and bury it, and they find it again in the year of our Lord 2025, our Lord at Tomb, they're gonna go, wow, this has a fuck ton of background radiation on it. It's from this year. C14 of a half-life of about 5,000 years made in the upper atmosphere, not down on Earth. Living beings is orbiting the air. If they die, their C14 decays measurably. That makes sense. I mean, a lot of sensitive instruments are made with World War I battleship steel. You're correct! Because the entire point is that you need things that don't have radiation in it. If I'm not mistaken, it has to be from actual World War I ships that were sunk. Because deep in the ocean is the only place where the radiation has not reached it. If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Carbon dating being off is how they found out about lead poisoning from leaded fuel. Exactly. That's also how they found out the shred of Turin was a bunch of bullshiza. Oh, was that it? Because nuclear matter isn't all the steel made? Oh, okay. But wouldn't there still be radiation in the steel? No, I think the radiation would have to enter while it's being smelted, I guess. That makes sense. I think that's the same thing for, like, sterilized, like, self-sterilizing metals as well. Right, yeah, when the air is introduced. But wait, could steel not become irradiated? Like, could not already forged steel, can it not become irradiated? Surely it can. Like, if you take, like, steel from Chernobyl, for example, that's gotta be irradiated. It can? Well, then how does it make a difference? I guess we can just tell the difference between what's in it. All I know about steel beams is that they're resistant to jet fuel, apparently. Yeah, but it would have to be a lot more radiation. Oh, fair enough. That's actually something, okay, actually, here's something I thought about. So, it's both in, I'm talking about the Fallout show, as well as the Fallout games. So if anything to go off of the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, you would think that Fallout 4, or any of the Fallout series, anything in the Fallout series, would have way more of those nuclear shadows. You know what I mean? Because we're talking about millions, multi-millions of people dying in this, nuclear hellfire. And that's something I didn't think about until recently. I was like, wow, they kind of fucked that up when it comes to Fallout, is like, there aren't any, like, of the nuclear shadows. If you don't know what I'm talking about, essentially when a nuclear bomb goes off, the light is so violent that it essentially causes your shadow to be imprinted on whatever is behind you. And it stays. So, and that could be concrete, it can be metal, it can be wood, all that shit. So, yeah, there are places where you can see them. That's a good point, Ben. You are correct. But they should be theoretically everywhere, especially somewhere like Las Vegas or Boston. If you're in a city area like that, you would see them literally everywhere you looked. Yeah, gamma ray bleaching the floor around your shadow, right? Hey, Yamarashi, welcome in. How you doing? So yeah, that is something to think about. And I was like, man, I wonder if anybody's made like Fallout mods for that. Because they're not on the Fallout show either. Speaking of Fallout show, in a little over a month, I am so excited. We might do, honestly, I think it'd be really fun if we did like a Fallout playthrough. Actually, I might hold off on our Fallout New Vegas playthrough until that show picks back up. I think that'd be a good idea. And then, I think it'd be fun to watch them on Discord. So. Hey, Warson! Because it was the only seal that wasn't irradiated? Yeah! Oh, now we fixed it with modern refining techniques? Okay, that makes sense. So I was about to say, I was like, you'd think that'd make, like, scalpels and stuff, like, really expensive. 200 years of weathering would probably erase most of them, though. You are probably correct. Probably not wrong. It's a good point. Especially in the desert. I could definitely see it in the desert where, like, you know, how every surface gets essentially sandblasted. It would make a lot of sense. Boston, though, with the humid climate, it might remain, depending on the areas. You have to pirate the MTO to watch them on, pirate them to watch them on Discord. An API hook. Yeah, I know. They'll definitely be up on streaming sites, though. So, the Atomic Shadows, I can't find a mod. You say Boston was humid? Yeah, is it not humid? It's on the ocean. I've never been to Boston. I just assumed because it's on the ocean. Yeah, that's what I thought, Otan. Someone said gamma rays, but I could have sworn it was caused by the violent flash of light. It's the fact that it's the flash of light, because a lot of people actually don't know this, but if you're looking in the direction of a nuclear bomb when it detonates, practically no matter the distance, it will blind you. Like, which is why I think, like, you're not supposed to look at a nuclear detonation. Lord forbid you're within the area to look at one. Because it will straight up blind your ass. It's like staring directly at the sun, but closer. Which is why you get glaucoma by hanging out in this chat. And yet you guys don't seem to care. Good thing we have really good, vision insurance in the cult, you know what I mean? It's practically required. Some of the eldest members of this cult look like Stevie Ray. Wait, was Stevie Ray Vaughan blind? Am I misremembering that? But the sun is so pretty, it is. I know Stevie Wonder was. Yeah, maybe I'm just thinking of Stevie Wonder. I thought Stevie Wonder and Stevie Ray Vaughan were both blind, but yeah, I guess it was just Stevie Wonder. I feel bad, but like that song he wrote about his daughter where he's like, isn't she beautiful? How does this guy know? He can't see. Maybe that was the reason why people have the conspiracy theory that Stevie Wonder is not actually blind. He's legally blind, he can see some stuff? Wow! So he lied. I'm technically legally blind too. I have to wear glasses when I drive my car and go to the movies. You don't see me making amazing piano music. Yo, thank you for the sub, Anubis. Welcome back to the harem. Wow, Hara. What? It's a serious question. It's important. Hara with glasses would be so cute. There's an emote for that. Yeah, there it is. Oh, I do want to tell you guys about something. So, I should be able to talk about it because it's in like 2 weeks. And I think they announced it. But, actually, wait. I gotta think. I'm doing a big think. Hold on. I don't think they announced this one. But, I think if I don't, like, mention exactly what it is, it'll be okay. Wait, no, she definitely announced it. She put out a trailer. So, I'm gonna be at a Minecraft SMP around the 15th of this month, or next month. We already passed the 15th of this month. Yo, it's Fushigi! What's up, dude? And it's gonna be an RP server, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I got picked for the scientist team. So I'm with the science team. Honestly, we should make that like a sound redeem. I should do that. I'm with the science team. Yay! Essentially, I've already figured out what my character is going to be. So I hope you guys are excited. I'm gonna let you guys know now. It's very on par with my personality. I'm going to be a scientist that's trying to chase medieval chemistry. In his research, or I guess her research. It could be either or. No, it's definitely a he, because I want to have an ex-wife. Well, I guess I could technically be gay and have an ex-wife. But it's more fun if it's a divorced dad. Is essentially has like, his first thing he researched was a gambling machine. Which is essentially going to be a Minecraft gambling machine that he called Research. And, it's essentially a magic 8-ball. It is literally just a magic 8-ball. So whenever he's like, should I mix ammonia with bleach? And then he hits the gambling machine and out pops out a little piece of paper that says, please try again. He hits the gambling machine again and it says, yes, that would be fortuitous. And then he makes ammonia gas, in his toilet. So yeah, that is what he uses in his pursuit of turning lead into gold. The fact that gambling's always here is funny. I'm talking about the background. You are correct. I am working on getting a new background, though. And then he gets hit with the don't count on it, then he won't do it. Bratty, scientist, divorced dad, gambler. You know, the thing is that there's supposed to be another VTuber that's gonna RP as my ex-wife that's on a different team. And, I'm gonna make a lot of illusions about, like, yeah, my bitch wife left me after I spent our kid's college tuition, buying 64 tons of lead, for my gold experiments. I'll figure it out. She left with the kids. And my first gambling machine. It'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. It's gonna be a hardcore server too, so if I die, I die. So that could be really wacky. And there's guns. There's gonna be guns. There's gonna be a lot of chicanery. I'm excited. Balthazar Gelt, but minus everything cool about Gelt. Rude. She took the kids, she took the house, she took the Porsche, and she took my goddamn gambling machine! I spent all my child's college funds on crypto and NFTs. Yeah, I guess it could be worse. God, just imagine having to explain to your wife what a non-fungible token is. That's like... You might as well, honestly, you would have a better chance of keeping your relationship going if you just told her you cheated on her. Thinking about gambling, you think about surviving? Gambling is surviving. Surviving is a gamble. Are you chirping, son? Well, daughter, but yeah. Yo! Thank you for the sub, Irony! Welcome back to the harem. I think the Anubis, right? Yeah, I did. Did you get that from Buddha? No. All I got from Buddha was like, he told me to eat like tree bark and pine cones for eternity, and I was like, that's stupid. He was like, but you'll achieve enlightenment! And I'm like, how about you achieve these balls? And then I helped him suffer a little bit more, and that's how he became Buddha. So yeah. Imagine if I spent my kids' college money on Twitch subs. You should. When you go to therapy and tell them that an ancient bird goddess gotten chirped in your ear and made you spend 2.5 $1,000. I was gonna say million, but there's no way none of y'all are that rich. $2,500 on Twitch subs. They'll be like, no, I did it too. I did indeed trap myself in a corner. I don't wish for enlightenment, only this fat ass. I wish for your fat ass too. Sorry, Hara, I can't donate my entire paycheck this month. I bought a new monitor instead. Wow. That's messed up, man. The monkey paw curls. It sure does. Hara being a real one yet again. I would hope I'm real. Thank you guys for the hype train, by the way. Very cool, y'all. Thank you, thank you. I only have $24,000 for college. Can't spare any money. Ah, you can afford community college. You can spend it all and still afford community college. But lore-wise, I think both Blue Jay and Hara are related. Both are gods and bird. I do like Blue Jay's videos a lot. He is really cool. Hara can enlighten a phosphor screen at will. What's a phosphor screen? I know what phosphorus is. Look, I'll make it up to you next month, okay? But I got nothing for you this month. Boo. What am I supposed to do without any sacrifices? Alright. I need a 5-minute break to finish my gamer subs, go to the little bird's room, and catch my breath. So I'll be back in about 5 minutes. I'm gonna run us a quick 3-minute ad so you guys don't have to get any nasty pre-rolls or get interrupted. And when I get back, we'll do some more yapping, okay? We're gonna yap a little bit more. I'm trying to become an expert at it. So give me, while I'm gone, give me a rating in chat, 1 through 10 on the yapping. We're gonna do it backwards. We're gonna be interesting with it. A 1 means fantastic, a 10 means horrible. So, wow, a 15 already. I'm really that bad, huh? Wow, all right. Well, now I'm just gonna go pee depressingly and cry over the toilet while I pee. So, yeah. Be right back, guys. You better give me good votes. I am gonna pause the music, at least the nice like background stuff. I do want to play a little bit of music to hang out and listen to. The question is, what do I want to play? Should I play Halloween music? Are we wanting Halloween music, or should I save that for Friday? I kind of want to save it for Friday. I reconsidered my score. I'll put a negative in front of my previous score. Thank you. Thank you, Mecca. Thank you, Neckos. Let's play Christmas music. I will turn you into ash. Not Ketchum. Not Ketchum, bro. You should save the music for Friday. I'm thinking the same thing. Because I think we got a lot of stuff Friday, assuming stream happens. I don't think it'll be fun. Or Saturday, depending. What do I want to listen to is the question. Hey, Tara, what's up? When do you start playing Christmas music? After Thanksgiving. The day after Thanksgiving, baby. Christmas season starts Black Friday. Also, not only because it's after Thanksgiving, but because, let's be honest, everybody buys all of their Christmas presents at least on or after that date. There's nobody out here that's like, I bought Christmas presents in August. Shut up. No, you didn't. Liar. Nobody thinks that far ahead. We'll just listen to this. I actually buy presents early. I get low pay. I got a plan. That's fair. I just feel like everybody usually waits till Black Friday. They wait for like the Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales. I can't believe we're already talking about Christmas. This year's gone by quick. It has. Yo, thank you for the follow, Tiberius Skywalker. Welcome in, dude. Unless you have to like ship the presents across the country, buying presents early feels weird. I hate holding on to them. I'll be honest. I don't have a lot of room where I live, so I don't have the ability to store like 15 random odd fuck off knickknacks. I hate sand. Me too, dude. Same. Except for when I'm using it to make your life worse. We talk about history today. Hey, Shago. We talked a little bit about history, mostly the museum heist with the crown jewels in Paris. But if you have any history questions, I'm more than willing to answer them. We also talked about the worst year in human history, so that was fun. Favorite Halloween candy? We will talk that on Friday. I'm saving that for Friday. A smooth criminal. Hey, Karnak. Welcome in. What was it? It was 536.80. If you want to check it out, you can. Does Hara live in a tin can? What do you mean? Do I sound tinny? Yeah, we're gonna do a Halloween candy tier list. There was a lady who made a room where the room was covered in hay. What about it? What does that have to do with sand? Oh, it's in the size. Oh, more like a refrigerator box, but yeah. Surprised it didn't join in, Tara, saying something wild. Oh, I said it earlier, don't worry. I meant sand? Dude, what is that mental lapse? That's hilarious. Just... Bro had hay on the mind. Hay fever. If I hear someone playing All I Want for Christmas Is You before December 1st, I'll slap them with a chancla. And if it's as early as July, a brick. No, honestly, understandable. I think November 26th is fair, though. The day after Thanksgiving. That's fair territory. Oh, also, I've got a lot of surprises for you guys. I need to kick some butts into gear. Well, we got a lot of stuff coming up. Now, I'm not talking about just events either. I've got a new stream thing that is being prepped that I think will be a lot of fun. So it'll be neat. I've got a couple commissions in the pipeline too, so we got a lot of cool stuff coming. I've been spending some big bucks. Oh, we're gonna grocery store my mortal enemies, Mariah Carey. No, that's fair. No, I think about what I want for Christmas and my birthday, since my birthday's in December. I already know what I'm getting. Well, for my birthday, rather. I'm getting one of those electric bento boxes. They're really neat. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of them before. They're kind of new, but they're like, they have like an electrical plug or sometimes just a battery. And it's like, think of like a rice cooker, but it comes with multiple metal trays. So you can like put like different layers of stuff in it. So you put like rice in the bottom, and then the rice cooks and boils, and the steam goes up. And oh, have I already talked about the electric bento? I'm really excited about them. It's not my birthday yet. My birthday's not for 19 more days. Wait, no, 20 more days. Forget there's 31 days in October. Talk about it more. If I've already talked about it, there's no point. Essentially, the steam rises and hits like the metal tins above it and like boils the things above it and or heat/fries, well, pan sears the things above it. So you can put like meats and veggies and stuff in there in it. It's really cool. Hara, already forgetting the day Halloween is on. I just forget that it has 31 days. Woman needs to get a man. I could cause a lot of problems for chat right now, but you know, I'm not gonna do that. I could play my, actually, you know what? I am doing it. Nah, I changed my mind. It is that time of the season. It's a marshmallow world in the winter. What's your favorite vehicle in War Thunder Ground and Air? I like the Chieftain Mark 10. And I like in Air, probably the Barack too. How could you Tyrant? Fine, I'll play something a little more neutral. By the way, everyone knows that the cover for Hallelujah is best on in the Shrek movie. Isn't the guy that did this, isn't Rufus Wainwright the guy that sings for like the Black Keys or something? Live in La Vida Loca is also the best from the cover in Shrek. Rufus Wainwright. Maybe I'm wrong. Who did the cover of this? He sounds like the singer, he sounds like the singer from not the Black Keys, but the Strokes. It sounds like the singer from the Strokes. What's his name? Julian Casablancas. This sounds like Julian Casablancas. Okay, I'll show you guys. So get this voice in for a minute. Wait, is it the Strokes? Yeah, it's the Strokes. So you got this, right? See? It sounds the exact same. I swear to God, that's got to be Julian Casablanca singing that cover of Hallelujah. The trash compactor at work is broken, so the assistant manager had a bright idea to put the trash in shopping carts. Oh, God, ew. Speaking of Shrek, remembers those movies side games on DVDs where they're just full-on parody of American Idol? I do. They were really good, too. Didn't they also have Simon Cowell? All right, I am going to change it, though. I don't think these have anything, like, super depressing in it. Yeah, we're good. Oh, no, wait, this one does have a really depressing song in it, but I'll just skip it later. A really edgy one. The Shrek video game was peak? For which console? I remember there being one for Game Boy. Trying to explain Shrek 2's cultural references to people younger than the actual movie is insane. It is. It's also really funny. Trying to guess, what songs were in Shrek. At least it's not the Mariah Carey song. True. Okay, the Knights trailer goes so hard. The Knights trailer goes really hard. I like it. It's really funny. But having to explain me at a show called Cops is so funny now. Yeah, honestly, in hindsight, it's not great. Bonnie Tyler, I Need a Hero is probably the most famous. Yeah, it's either that one or the one that's like, talk about it, talk about it, talk about it, ooh, yeah. That one's in it. Do you like vodka? I actually hate vodka. Who was Joseph Stalin and what were his intentions? He was a mall Santa Claus impersonator who essentially got the really weird idea to try and actually create the North Pole. However, what happened is that after he socialized the toy making factories, the elves revolted because they weren't getting, their fair share of wages. And that's why Joseph Stalin was getting really fat. And people believe that Joseph Stalin was the real Santa Claus and died of a stroke. But in reality, he got stabbed in the back of the noggin. He got beat in the back of the head with a toy train set by his, head elf. And it killed him. Hey, Maki! Don't salute Santa Stalin. He was a tyrant, dude. He was a tyrant. He he sent all the elves with too many toys to work camps where they didn't get their 15-minute union mandated breaks and their free hot cocoa. They had to pay for the hot cocoa. It was fucked up. Really fucked up. They didn't get marshmallows in it either. I've learned that using my blage as a pillow is not the best thing for my back, but it's a good thing for your heart. He was a tyrant with an awesome haircut. Depends on the time period. But how you feeling, Maki? Are you feeling any better? You guys don't know, Maki's sick. Everybody send Maki hearts, please. No Marshies in my cocoa's awful. It is. It's horrifying. Luckily for me, though, I can deal with a nightcap. I'm good with just having, half coffee, half cocoa. Welcome in, Bulgarian. I'm afraid I can't read Cyrillic, but welcome in. Who the fuck gets whooping cough in 2025? Yeah, you said you had the illness of an actual Victorian child, and you were not kidding. That you really do have the illness of a Victorian child. Up next, you're gonna tell me you've got measles. Or not measles. You've got God, what is it? Typhoid. Is it typhoid? Or polio. What was the illness that Doc Holliday had in Tombstone? It was typhoid, wasn't it? Yellow fever? We're going to start calling you Lunger. Put me in the iron lung, Doc. Oh my God, Maki. You would be the hottest babe ever in an iron lung. You would absolutely kill it. You would start a fashion trend. Tuberculosis. Thank you. It was tuberculosis. Would you hand feed me ramen in my iron lung? Absolutely. I absolutely would. I would feed you the spicy ramen too, so it hits the back of your throat when the iron lung hits peak push of air. that causes you to cough on it and cough it out of your mouth, like, all over the floor. I know because I've done it. I'm not kidding. It's actually really gross. I've, like, half swallowed, like, I've slurped ramen noodles, and they've gotten, like, halfway down my throat, and then the spice tickles the back of my throat, and then I cough, and it goes back into the bowl. I'm not proud of it. I'm really not proud of it, but it's true. Didn't realize you were in an iron lung? No, it's true. I am. I just do really well at hiding the pumps, the sound of the pumps. I'm gonna erase that from my brain. Probably a good idea. Hey, don't judge me! It's not my fault. I've got a weak gag reflex. Let me be your iron lung? That sounds like you're just gonna give me, like, chest compressions. I don't know if I want my ribs broken. Judging a little, a smidge. Yeah, judge all you want. I'm still cooler than all of you. That's how you can enjoy food twice. Nice live act. Please don't put it like that. What's your favorite song? Ooh, I don't know if I could pick one. I got a lot of favorites. I was thinking of jumping on your chest, but why would you do that? That being said, though, I don't think I've had, like, actually, like, pre-packed ramen in forever. You guys got a favorite brand? If the answer's not Shin Black Ramen, you're wrong. Shin Black is incredible, even if it does sometimes make me cough it back up into the bowl. It's really good. It's probably my favorite. Also, I'm gonna let you know if you don't, like, get yourself a spoonful of corn and put that in your ramen, you're missing out, dude. It's all I've been eating all week. Sapporo Ichiban. Sapporo Ichiban is good, but I just really like Shin Black. Indomie is also goat. I don't think I've had Indomie. Bulldog? Do people actually like just straight up eating bulldog? That's crazy. What kind of esoteric laws do you have on food? What do you mean? Who the fuck doesn't put corn in their ramen, dude? It's really good. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I had bulldog, it tasted really bad. It was like the incredibly spicy wings at like Buffalo Wild Wings, where it's like, yeah, we didn't really care about flavor. We just wanted to make it really hot. Sometimes eat the ramen block raw. That's what all the like, we had some Chinese exchange students when I was in high school, and literally all of them did that. That was their snack. They would eat just like the ramen brick and just sprinkle like the seasoning packet on top. I was like, wow, that is like advanced Asian. I could never. The carbonara one tastes like cheese, but if someone ate cheese and farted it on your ramen, my favorite. My favorite. I actually found a hack though that you can like make like carbonara with like ramen packets, and they are actually really good. It's just the flavor of capsaicin paste. Yeah, pretty much. I remember, so we actually did a stream where I like tried to eat one, and like it was hot. But like I didn't really like, it turns everything like neon red. It's just it's gross. I'm sorry, it's gross. It is like the most processed of processed you can ever get. The only thing that would make it more processed, if you pull the Korean thing and instead of putting cheese in it like mozzarella, you put like the like spray cheese on it, like the canned cheese. Favorite car brand? I mean, Honda's pretty nice, I guess. I'm not really a luxury car brand kind of girl. American cheese is goat on Shin. I've heard that cheese is really good in it. I usually just put in a pat of butter. There's this place next to me, though, that makes a New York strip ramen called Goyu Ramen. Oh my god, that shit is incredible. It's got saffron in it, man. Saffron. I do know you like Porsches. It's true, Lorelai. I do like Porsche 911s. What do you mean a rookie level? I've actually, like, never gotten a Digimon, though. I'm once again heavily opinionated in the sense of I saw the one Digimon that was literally a pile of turds, and I was like, I'm not into this IP. And I leak a little when I hear him go by. There's somebody in my neighborhood that has, like, multiple Lamborghinis. Like, they've got, like, the super Lamborghini, like, one of the supercars. And they've got, like, the really overpriced, like, SUV. Yo, what's up, Trash Can? Okay, but, like, War Greymon, sick as hell. You're not wrong. I don't know. The evolutions in Digimon also just don't feel thematic. Yo, welcome in, Chris the Cat. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Pokemon will be like, oh yeah, you got like little like wriggly snake guy that turns into Cobra, that turns into like Apophis. And then you have like Digimon where it's like, we have a guy that is like a literal pea. And he evolves into a gun. And then a gun that evolves into the most giant, hottest, big-titted cat girl you've ever seen in your life. And you're like, where is the connection? I'd be a little positivity gremlin. You're beautiful and amazing. Aw, thank you. I try my best. People would say I'm quite radiant. It's funny to just go along with the ride. Now that's a fair point. But that's like cool. That's what's cool. They're so random. I don't like that. It doesn't feel like an actual evolution. You make my heart doki doki, Hara. Really? Like enough to pull it out of your chest? That'd be kind of sick. What is with Digimon making them sexy women, dog? Look, they did not have to go as hard as they did as making Renamon as hot as they did. I'm no furry, but I think we can all agree Renamon is like way hotter than she deserves to be. I think I'm thinking of the right one, like the yellow animal, like furry girl. Points of tail feathers. That does not make me a furry. I'm not a mammal. Slime to big lizard to fridge with a rocket launcher. Yo, what's up, Baron? Welcome in, dude. Excellent moment to tune in. Damn right it is. Feathers are an evolution of fur. No, they're not. Wrong. Liar. You guys are not going to convince me the geologists lick rocks and that doctors want tasted pee, and you're not going to convince me that feathers are an evolution of fur. So Digimon, just the Gooner version of Pokemon. Oh, my brother, you apparently never played Pokemon. Actually, I take that back. Trash Can's just normal. I forget that, like, most Pokemon fans... Look, I can say this because I'm a Pokemon fan. Pokemon will have, the hottest adult women characters you've ever seen. And then the Pokemon fans will be like, but the young girls and the Pokemon, though. Like... The women in the new Pokemon are so hot, dude. I know. I'm not even, like, on Pokemon... Well, I guess I'm a little bit into Pokemon Twitter. And half the shit I've seen about ZA is, like, that one chick that's got, like, the athletic, like, tight shorts on and how, like, fat her dumpy is. And I'm like, god damn, dude. Pokemon does not hold back. She's got cake, man. She's got cake. I love that there are people that, like, actually pose with her butt, like, making, like, shocked faces. It's really funny. Game Freak living up to the title. They can't, look, honestly, Game Freak, Game Freak can't make graphics beyond like a 3DS, but apparently they can make that cake look perfectly 3D. And they're actually adults this time, thank goodness, thank goodness. I don't know, I feel like one of the most like looted, two of the most looted characters on the internet are like Cynthia and Hex Maniac. Game Freak can make good 3D games, just not Pokemon. What 3D game? By the way, I want to ask, how's the new combat system for ZA? It's very different, but it looks interesting. I still feel bad that I like never really bought a Switch and got into the games because I kind of miss like playing it with everybody, if you know what I mean. And I kind of want to get into Animal Crossing, but yeah, I don't really care to buy a Switch. That's what other budget went into. Honestly, probably. Look up Beast of Reincarnation. It was the Xbox showcase in June of this year. What about it? Oh, that's like their 3D game. I think I remember hearing about that. That just makes me think that like that Nintendo knows that they can like half-ass it and people will like still sell out. It'll still sell out, but I've never played Pokemon and still don't know how people play it. It's a lot of fun. I will admit, the games are a lot of fun. They don't change the formula too much because they don't need to. It really is just kind of great. I miss Sprite Pokemon. I also liked the Pixelmons more. I agree. I like the pixel sprites more. But the 3D technology has caught up and they do still they look good. It's not like early DS era with early 3D where it's like, man, some of these Pokemon are really ugly. Like some of them look really bad. For the early games, like in the 3D era. Last game I played had all 151 in it, so Fire Red. That's my favorite. Well, that or Soul Silver. My thoughts on Mega Starmie have changed to liking it because it is silly. I think it's silly, but it's not innovative enough, so I don't really like it. I'll be honest. They were just like... They just like had it in like Clip Studio and grabbed one of the, or two of the corners of the image they had on Clip and just pulled it down and were like, oh, a new design! But it looks goofy and I like the memes. I feel that way about the Victory Bell one. Hot take, Nintendo has great games, but their consoles are BS. I can agree with that. Found a cartridge of yellow or gold or whatever the one on the Game Boy Color was. That was both of them. Both of them were on color. I heard the yellow edition with Pikachu following the character around. Yeah, that one's really good. I have yellow lying around somewhere, but I've also got an original version of Pokemon Crystal that I've, like, beaten 9/10 of. I think I'm just chasing the legendary dogs right now. I know I have Suicune. I just don't think I have Raikou or Entei. And I'm not gonna lie, that one's really rough to get. Like, the dogs in that one are so rough. I did not mean for that to be a pun. I didn't realize how hard the game was without the level share. It's hard, but it's not impossible. And while I like Crystal, I thought there was more to it, I'll be honest. I thought you could catch the legendary birds in Crystal as well, and you can't, and that made me sad. I forget that it's just the dogs. Can you get, I forget, you can get Lugia, can't you? You can? No, you can't. I'm saying you can't. You got Kanto? Yeah, but you don't get the legendary birds. I don't believe. That, or maybe I missed out and forgot. Because I'm pretty sure I've gone to the power plant and there's not a Zapdos there. Because, like, yes, they gave you Kanto, but they didn't really put anything in it, is the problem. Hi, Vicious! Too bad you're not a legendary bird, Hara. Who said I'm not? Are you a legendary bird? Yeah, I better be. And I look way better than Moltres, that's for sure. Plucked chicken looking ass. Flutes? It's the flutes? What about the flutes? You just sound like you have schizophrenia. Alright, I'm changing the playlist again. Because I can. What do I want to listen to? Still blowing in the wind. Banger. Oh, you can? You have to get the flutes? Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up now. Great. We're not talking about the original one. We're talking about Crystal. That's not original. I mean, I'm not really gonna remember. I still have to catch the dogs, and catching the dogs is a giant pain in the ass. But I'll definitely remember that, though. Can you catch Mew or Mewtwo without an event? That's another thing. Are you a match against Ho-Oh? I'm way better than Ho-Oh. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like the look of Ho-Oh either. Ho-Oh looks like a really dumb-looking peacock. Moltres looks like a plucked rubber chicken. Articuno's okay. Everyone knows that Zapdos is peak. If your favorite legendary bird is anything but Zapdos, you're wrong. Just straight up. I didn't think so. Also, Articuno is the best. Articuno is like 3 feet tall. Zapdos looks like a Japanese chicken mascot. Articuno looks like a pigeon. A pigeon with hypothermia. And a Gundam, like, V. And like a Gundam V on it. But you're my favorite legendary bird? I better be. I like Galarian, Moltres. We're not talking Galarian. I'd take the graceful bird over the triangle on cocaine any day. They should have made Articuno an owl, but they were cowards. And you look like a burnt pigeon, but we love you. That's a lot coming from the literal smart refrigerator. Yeah, you're gonna EGOT Gurgurk transform into a fucking Samsung Cooler Master, like 6620? Yeah, I didn't think so. Where's my ice? It was crazy how they gave you Latios and Omega Ruby in the middle of the game. Like, you didn't even have to fight it. It just joins your team. Yeah, you're not wrong. I will admit, those Mega Evolutions for Latios and Latios are fucking rad, dude. They turn into fucking jet fighters. I got a finger that transforms too. Bet you can't tell which one. That's really good, Tard. That's a good one. That got me. Oh, man. All right, I had a really good idea, like, question, like, teed up, though. So, I'm gonna ask. We're gonna have a fun little scenario here. You're able to go back in time, right? You're able to go back in time, okay? And wherever you think of, you'll go back to the time period into the place you want to be, so we can just, get around any, like, weird, like, do I have to run or do I have to fly or anything like that kind of, technicalities. But you can go back to any time period you want, and you can take back one souvenir. However, it must fit in your pocket. A standard pants pocket. Where you going, what you getting? Yeah, it can only fit in your pocket. The way they bring you back with the machine, it would disintegrate if it's not in your pocket. Male pants pockets, not female. I'm willing to give you guys a little bit of extra space. An original Nintendo Hanafuda card deck from the 1850s. Ooh, that's cool. Whenever Jesus was alive? Yeah, but what are you taking? Welcome in, board. Honestly, I don't know what I'd take. Ask Jesus to carve a sick-ass trinket. I mean, you could take, like, one of the nails. You would have a verifiable holy relic. I found a skirt with pockets, like cargo pockets. A military skirt? That sounds like a skirt for, like, military maids. That sounds so sick. Although it would look kind of awkward if it's, like, inside the skirts. You have to, like, reach up your skirt from the bottom to, like, access the pocket. And then you start pulling out, like, car keys. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We have figured out the next big fashion craze. You're so welcome for that. We gotta get this made. We gotta get this made. The pocket's gotta be on the inside of the skirt. So, like, when you reach up inside and you pull it out, you look like you're pulling it out your cooter. That would be amazing. Yes! No, not bad. Good! We will make so much money. That would be awesome. I'll take the spear that speared Jesus on the cross. It has to fit in your pocket. I'm a compressed Cleopatra so she can fit in my pocket. I don't think she'd live through that. One of the Mars automatic pistols. What? Mars automatic pistol? I don't know what that is. I don't know if a Tonto dagger would technically fit in your pocket. I guess we can count it. Like, if it sticks out of your pocket, but is mostly in the pocket, that's fine. Well, yeah, of course you're returning. I think I would go back to the time of the first humans to take a pocket-sized camera and rolls of film. Interesting loophole. I'm well aware it's a gun. Little modding and a good blouse, and this baby's ready for clubbing. Hell yeah, dude. Wear them with some knee-high boots. The fine first human, though. Yeah, honestly, I'm just gonna find this, like, weird nematode. It's gonna be like a nematode, like, half crawled out of the water, like, onto the, like, some rocky beach, and it just looks up at Oda-san, just like, like, flopping on the ground, it's like, help, Oda-san's just like, click, click. Just, like, brings it back to our time, and people are just like, that just looks like something with, like, a fetus with alcohol syndrome. Look, it's magical that I'm going back in time as it is. I'm assuming whatever higher power is letting this happen will know when that is. Fair enough. That is up to his discretion, though. Oh, that's cool, Mac. Although, could you not just, like, get a replica of that now? I would get something more one of a kind, personally. Course I've got City Pop. Thank you. It's also the pistol with the associated quote of no man that shot it wished to shoot it again. Really? I heard the same thing about those dual-barreled Desert Eagles. Still think yoinking the hilt of Excalibur is funnier, if it exists. See ya, Hans! If you could travel to the future, where would you travel and what would you want to see first? If I'm being honest, this might be a hot take. I don't want to travel to the future. I'm horrified of knowing too much. Like, for example, if I go forward, like, I don't know, let's just say 200 years, and the Earth looks like it did in the Neolithic era, I'm going to be very frightened. There's just too much you can know by going into the future. that could turn out really, really bad and could fuck you up mentally. I'm curious how far we would go before we get to the end of the human timeline. I'm gonna be honest, personally, as a historian, I would give us maybe 1,000 years. And replicating it, not making a hand bomb would be time consuming and expensive. I mean, sounds like a replica. What would you want to first see in the past? Ooh. I mean, I feel like one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world would be like, honestly, yeah. Despite being Egyptian, because I've already seen the pyramids, I'd like to see the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. That or God, what is it? The Colossus. One of those. Because like we don't know that we don't even know if the Hanging Gardens of Babylon even existed. I think the other one as a stand-in was Ishtar's Gate, though, and that would also be really cool to see. Like, we're a Type 0 civilization. Either we master energy or we die out. That's what I'm saying. I'm a firm believer as well. Either humanity doesn't progress much further technologically and we kind of, like, stagnate, or we blow each other up. Unless there's, like, a massive technological breakthrough that is akin to, like, the transistor in, like, the 40s or 50s. But yeah, that's what I think. I like to think tech breakthroughs are going to happen soon. Maybe. You have to remember, though, that humanity has progressed faster in the last 65 years than it probably has in the past, millennia. So, yeah. If you could travel to a random place in the present, where would you go? I hate to say Japan because it's kind of cliche, but I think I would go to Japan. I really want to visit a culture that is just so vastly different from mine. I don't care if there's a fear of culture shock. Plus, there's just a chance of like, I may never actually get to go. So, Japan slaps, though I'd imagine it would. Also, the other problem is like right now might not be a great time to go. We gotta make Japan happen for Hara, guys. No. Y'all really don't. Also, because, like, if I go to Japan, I don't want to go alone. I'd have to go with a group. I would also prefer to go with somebody that actually speaks Japanese. That can, like, fully live translate. Hey, Crusade! Invite me. Ooh, maybe. Hey, Veryl. But I've actually never left the United States, ironically enough. Well, at least in this millennia. Sure, but where in Japan I think that would make it less cliche is because, most people would just go to Akihabara. I don't think it's that. I think it's just going to Japan right now is like a really big internet trend. That like really picked up in the last 10 years or so. That was likely snowballed by anime. Which there's nothing wrong with that. I just think it's really trendy right now. Which is why also a lot of people in Japan don't like it. Overthink Japan. You're not exactly wrong, Crusade. I've never left the state I live in, so I understand how you feel. See, now here's a thing that I want to know if other people have had before. Does anyone ever else just randomly have like a desire to randomly just like late one night go get in your car and just drive off in a direction for like 6 hours and just see where you end up? It seems like it'd be a lot of fun. Like, not really plan out a trip, just drive a direction. Like, just fucking pull a Pioneer and go west. And then just stop at like the least seediest motel you run across. And there wasn't nearly as many foreign visitors as there are now. That I agree, Professor. It really does seem like that. It's very trendy right now. I live in SoCal, so the moment I leave LA Basin, it's just meth desert. Ouch. I mean, you can always go south. You can go towards Mexico. You go down the coast. Or you can go north up the coast. Do Americans know Mallorca? Yeah, Americans know Mallorca. That one's also like, well, I don't know if it's trendy anymore, but it was really trendy for a while, like Ibiza. I've never like actually done like the just like I'm on a spontaneous journey kind of thing, but it does seem kind of nice. During COVID, I would explore my city though, like late at night. I would just drive around my city and just like learn new places. Do be warned though, if you go north, you approach me. That's a good thing. So I think of Sicario when I think of a trip like that. I would say with Mexico, at least from what I've learned as Yari, that like as long as you know where you're going and you don't drive yourself into really bad areas and you don't mess around with really bad people, you'll probably be okay. I don't think I've heard that gear. That was what was so cool about Oaxaca. If you left the city, you never knew what you might find. That is kind of neat. I have not gear. I'm not gonna lie, Professor. I think that would like make my depression worse if I played like the Last of Us soundtrack. I think I'd get really depressed. Because I really would feel like everything's just abandoned and everyone's dead. Because the whole reason I would do that is because I'd feel like cooped up in the house and get depressed and stuff. So I would always go like, I would like every Friday, once a week, go stop by my McDonald's down the street, get myself a giant fucking Coke, and just drive around sipping, eating French fries, and listen to music. I was in a big Weezer period during that too. It was weirdly relaxing. I don't know why. That's interesting. You look like you had a Weezer phase. Is that a good or a bad thing? I actually have a Weezer poster in my room. Yeah, I've got a Soundgarden, a Full Metal Alchemist, a Weezer, and then that one like skeleton Van Gogh painting where he's smoking a cigarette. What's your favorite environment to stroll around at besides desert? I like fall weather, fall and like early winter. All scarfed and coated up and cozy with like some hot coffee. Like just enjoying like some wilderness, like the trees and stuff like that. Of course you do. What do you mean by that? Winter cringer? What do you like, some summer loser? I like layers, okay? I get to wear nice coats. For example, I wore my $150 coat today. I spent a lot of money on it and it looks really good. I felt amazing in it. I agree, winter is the best season. Well, early winter. Late winter when it's like you don't have water in your pipes because it's frozen. I don't like it. You mean the coat you made from the skins of your enemies? Same thing. Did you feel fancy like you were from 1990s New York? I mean, yeah, it was one of those like trendy trench coat kind of things. So, yeah. You should visit the Pacific Northwest during winter. I'm already sweater maxing out here. It has been pretty good weather where I'm at. It's like 50, 60 degrees. And granted, I can't do like sweatshirt and coat or hoodie and coat yet. I'm at least at hoodie and sweatshirt weather, and that feels nice. Summer here is way too hot. Did you that cape made with the skulls of your enemies? Yes, I did. Man. I'm so excited for this weekend. We're gonna have a lot of fun, I promise. I think I'm also thinking of, like, around Christmas time, I think we're gonna have, like, hangout streams and chat. I think that'd be fun. See ya, Anubis! Hope to see you back maybe Friday late night or Saturday around 1. Four below, and all you can see of us is our eyes. Yeah, that sounds about right. That was the most scenic drive I think I've ever done. It sounds scenic. Sadly, there's not like a ton of places where I live where things are scenic. It's kind of just flat. When I went to Knoxville, though, it was very scenic, though. Very pretty. I have a couple pictures. We're at like the top of one of the giant hills on like some of the rolling hills that lead up to the Appalachians. And you can see like the Appalachians in the background, and like under us is like the entire like valley of like in between the hill and the mountain. It's so cool. Hara's the least flat thing around. I like to think I'm average. I'm not that bad. You don't have that underground waterfall? No, we have an aquifer. Hey, Carl Cupcake. Welcome, man. I have half of my homemade pizza waiting for me in the fridge, and my stomach is growling. A nice curvature at the very least. I can agree with that. I mean, I am supposed to have nice curves. I am a circle in the sun. What toppings? The same, the usual. I always go like pepperoni, onion, and banana peppers. I'm a square of a woman. I totally feel you, Lorelai. Ugh. You guys would not believe the kind of like, so I'm trying to eat a little bit better, and you guys would not believe the kind of like, the kind of like temptations there are, man, with all this Halloween candy around and stuff like that. Ow. And also like just wanting to eat like junk food. I haven't had hot chips in like weeks, man. I don't know if anybody watches the Peacemaker show. But Judo Master, in every scene he's in, he's eating hot Cheetos, and I connect with that on a molecular level. Like, I swear, dude, I could constantly graze like a bovine animal on flaming hot Cheetos if I were allowed to, if I would not gain weight. They're so good, man. Eat cheesecake or a suitable cheesecake substitute, you delectable meatball. I'm a meatball. Well, thank you, Monkey. I feel a little meatballish right now for sure. Do you have 4 stomachs? No, but I'll move for enough money. Thank you for the follow on Force Monkey. Welcome to the cult. How much? $20. Meatball is a crazy thing to call somebody. It really is. Are you perhaps on a pizza? No. I am nestled between buns, though. Uh-oh. Y'all really gonna make me moo on stream for $20? Really? Really? You're gonna make me moo for $20? I have an entire snack drawer in my room filled with hot chips if you want any. It's not the money, it's the calories. I mean, do you not want $20? I mean, I do want $20, but Don't get me wrong. When did that become a goal in the last 10 seconds? That's scary. Why is that scary? Honestly, to be fair, I don't think the moo would be very cool. I think it would just be okay. Also insanely dangerous. How is mooing insanely dangerous? Oh my god. Great. Thank you for the $20 to the Ko-Fi. Here's your moo. Moo! Moo!
Clean.
Ah, the cheer didn't work. It was the moo. Brendan liked the moo. Moo! There's your moo. I didn't say to do it enthusiastically. Is there an Egyptian cow god? There's not an Egyptian cow god, but there is an oxen god. / bison. Actually, wait, it might be a water buffalo. I think it's a water buffalo. The Egyptian cow god is just me in a cow pattern bikini, let's be honest. Sorry, it's turning into a were-cow. Please don't tell me those exist. I will say, those, like, what are they called? Like the Highland cows or whatever, with like the really like curly long hair are so cute. They're really adorable. Yeah, the fluffy cows. It makes me feel bad for eating hamburger. Hathor is the Egyptian cow god. Is it? Thought Hathor was a bird. Oh, no, she was a cow. I was wrong there. You were entirely correct. Wow, I can't believe you guys clipped that. That's crazy. I don't know what I expected. Might! Delete all the clips of that. You had to be there for it. Don't actually delete them. Don't actually delete them. It's just a joke. Denied. Boo. Can't delete my own messages. What's up, Dragoon Frosty? Welcome in. I paid good money for that clip. You beat Otis onto it? That's crazy. You might be thinking of Horus. He's a bird. Well, I know Horus is a bird because I'm half Horus. There's actually surprisingly a lot of bird gods in ancient Egyptian mythology. And then there's Set, where we're just kind of, we don't really know what the fuck he is. Sorry, never learned how to do that, so I can't. Yeah. Listen, Set's a special boy. Yeah, a special boy that lost to me. Like a dork. Stop touching my crown, speaking of. It's probably an agent of Set right now. He's among us. He's getting ejected into space. Stop feeding the other gods your lettuce, Hara. Well, if they'd stop falling for it. Literally last week, Sobek thought he was safe because we were at an Olive Garden, and then he still fell for it. I had to pay that waiter a lot of money to bring that weird salad over, but he did it. By a lot of money, I mean like $4. It's all I had in my wallet. I don't want to know ancient Egyptian lore. Yo, what's up, Lone? It's been a bit. How you doing, dude? It has been a while. Have you come back for me to take your liver? Bing, bum, bum, bum. But yeah, you are correct. Sure, let's go. We're so in. I like how there's nobody in here that's actually been like, Hara, no, don't take my liver. Ooh, ooh. Literally all of them are like, absolutely, I'm all in. Feels good, honestly. That means like my feminine and birdly and godly wiles are working. Because we're numb to it. Oh. Is the threatening boring now? Do I have to make it more realistic? Do I need to come through this like through the screen with a scalpel and like a dagger? Would that make things more interesting? I'm gonna come out of your monitor like the ring girl. Birdly wiles? You mean like feeding the young? They do say I'm quite motherly. Well, it's not exactly right. I'm more wine auntie, but you get the point. You know what some people would say to that? What, me coming through the screen? To murder you? You do have mommy energy? I don't think so at all, dude. I can't take care of goldfish. Like Sadako from the ring going through the screen, exactly. Oh man, I'm sorry, Lone. That sucks, dude. That sounds really painful. It's like when you get like iron splinters. That is like one of my biggest fears, man. I know I say like the new thing is one of my biggest fears like every couple of weeks, but it's true. I do have a really big fear about getting like glass or like a glass shard or like an iron splinter or like a metal splinter in your finger and it like being stuck and it just like hurts forever. It's really horrifying, honestly. I'm not a scaredy cat, I'm a bird. Besides, yeah, you would develop a fear of the darkness too if you know, were radiantly bright all the time and had a dark evil snake trying to eat you. Trying to turn you into some kid's ancient Egyptian vor fanfic. It's alright, by the end of stream, one of your biggest fears will be getting food sickness again. It is still one of my biggest fears. Wow, vor fanfic's my favorite. Honestly, Maki, I don't mean to profile. I'm sorry if this is profiling, but I feel like every like kaiju slash giant VTuber is required at least one piece of actual vor art to be considered legitimate. Not speaking of, I don't have any though. We can change that. We can totally change that. We can definitely change that, dude. We can change that, Maki. Also, I have a question. True, we did get close, Maki. There is that picture of me blowing an opium pipe in your mouth. I was gonna say though, has anyone ever like wanted to like curiously like film themselves of a night of sleeping? Like just kind of like set up a webcam and film themselves sleeping? Like just once, just to like see what you look like while asleep. I'm not gonna lie, chat. I'm afraid I'm gonna see something I don't want to see. And I don't mean like a wet dream or something. I mean like I'm afraid there's gonna be like a man in a top hat standing over me or some shit. All it takes is seeing like one wrong thing and I'm like, all right, I'm never sleeping again. I have insomnia. Hey, Louie. Cough is like 60% better. Let's go. That's actually huge. At least you're getting good ab workouts. Oh, Maki, I forgot to mention. I know you mentioned that you were like kind of interested about getting into Zoids or whatever, like model kits. If there was a time to do it, it'd be right now. All of the Liger Zero changeable armor kits are releasing, and it is probably the only time of year you'll be able to get them at not like $400. So if you think they're neat and you want to get them, I would definitely highly recommend picking them up. The exchangeable armor kits are only like $50 MSRP. Unless you want to get the Liger Zero model with them, you only need one. Unless you want to show off all three, in which it's like a little over $100. $300 on Gundam TCG. Wow, that's like a quarter of a booster box for Pokemon right now. It really is. Honestly, I wish like some of my local TCGs had some Gundam TCG boxes though. They don't. I've been meaning to check into one of your streams lately. I just haven't had the chance. I'm able to like stop by for like 10 minutes and then I have to go do chores or something, but I do really want to watch you like rip packs. It's always fun. It's fun watching other people gamble their money away. That's why I go to the casino on the weekends. I don't go to the casino to gamble. I go to watch a 90-year-old woman literally spend all of her like willed inheritance away and become hated overnight by her children. I haven't been streaming because I've been sick. I mean, true. I've also like haven't really found any Gundam kits lately that I want to build. I still need to catch up on like watching Gundam 2. What was like the most recent show to come out? I have like 2 or 3 kits in my closet I actually still need to build. You're not wrong. One of which is the Liger Zero Jaeger armor package. Is it Witch from Mercury? Or Witch of Mercury or whatever? I thought there was one after that. No, there's definitely one after, because it's like Gundam Quantum or whatever. It's like the GQUX. It's like a billion X's. I need to watch that one. Yeah, I think it's G Quantum is what they call it. Hara should give Maki some Sunny D, unleash the power of the sun and healer. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think radiation treatment's gonna help with whooping cough. I think it's just gonna make things worse. She really makes me happy. Oh, you're sweet, Irony. I'm happy every time I see some of you guys show up to stream. Like, seriously. It's not really a Gundam show. What do you mean? It's got a Gundam in it. I like this bird chat. I like your chat. I was also gonna ask Maki, when you get to feeling better, I have another collab idea if you want to do it. It might be a little minute out from now, but I think it'd be a lot of fun. I think you and I could get in some fun discussions. Yes, okay. I'll go ahead and send you the idea. Let me make sure I find I gotta remember the name of the website. Hold on. I gotta find it.
Great success.
That's what I'm saying. Hold on. I gotta look real quick. I think it's. Hold on.
Take that bitch to Pizza Planet. Damn right, dude. Get her the meat lovers.
Yeah, get her the meat lovers. Okay, yeah. Okay. I found it. Okay, so it's this. Keep it hush, Maki, obviously. If you know what that is, I can explain it later if you don't. Only if you volunteer to smash or pass kaiju with me. Oh, absolutely. I'm all over that, dude. I have no idea, but I'm game. Okay, let me just send you the website real quick. Actually, I'll just explain it. So there you go. See you, Lo. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Hope to see you back on Friday or Saturday. Yeah, I think it'd be a lot of fun. But totally, I'd love to do that. I hate to admit, honestly, Maki, I'm gonna be entirely real with you. Please don't be mad at me. I say that in a joking manner. I don't think you'd actually be mad at me, but I've actually really never really seen any kaiju movies. I saw Pacific Rim, Godzilla -1, and then the one Godzilla movie with Bryan Cranston in it for like 10 minutes. Those are the only ones I've seen. I've seen none of, actually, wait, if you count it as a kaiju movie, I've seen The Blob. Is The Blob technically a kaiju? I feel like it's technically a kaiju. I mean, it's big, that's what I'm saying. When they're trick-or-treating. Oh, the stream Friday will be late at night. Which version of the Blob? Is there more than one? I thought it was like Katamari Damacy, where it just kind of gets to the size of a building. God, I remember seeing that as a kid, and even as like an 8-year-old when I saw it, I was like, this is fucking stupid. It looks like a wad of gum. Like, it looks like a wad of fucking gum, dude. All right, in that case, Maki, if the Blob is a kaiju, what do we think the strongest what's the strongest kaiju it could beat in a one-on-one? The Blob. Actually, let me see. What are the actual powers of the Blob? Is it just like a giant like D&D slime? I think it's literally just a giant D&D slime. Oh, the actual like original Blob is not very big. Huh. I could have sworn there was one where it was like the size of a skyscraper, but there's a 1950s with James Dean. God damn, before he died, James Dean really wasn't fucking everything, wasn't he? The Blob is just me on a Saturday afternoon. The Blob is just me going to any like Super Bowl party. Literally jump cut to me in the garage, like while everyone is inside at the party, just absolutely cannibalize, boring some poor mortal soul. I look like, the worst part is that like my face looks like Ed from Ed, Edd and Eddie eating his bed. If my schizophrenia is understandable to anybody. But yeah, it's like that, but instead of a bed, it's like a guy who's just screeching. Honestly, Vor would be way funnier if it was like that instead. Just being honest. That would be way funnier, honestly. It's already pretty funny. It's already pretty funny, I'm gonna be honest, but it would be way funnier if they all ate it like Ed. Hey, Antimony, it's going good, dude. I'm coming to your house, I'm stealing your stairs like Ed, Edd, and Eddie. I will still find my way out. I'm gonna go back in time to like the first ever US election between Thomas Jefferson and John Adams. And I'm gonna help Thomas Jefferson win by depicting John Adams as voring his constituents. Those 18th century little fucking colonial fuckers are gonna lose their fucking minds when they see like Alexander Hamilton pushing his face and hands out of Adams's stomach. He's definitely gonna challenge me to a duel. He will lose though. I've been practicing my musket shots just in case I ever get thrown back in time and then get challenged to a duel for some raucous thing I say amongst some fine ladies. Victorian era people would be into it only because they're busy doing meth and crack and opium and malt liquor. The worst crossfade of your college career was a regular Tuesday for a Victorian housewife. Remember that. Shut the fuck up. I will not. It is literally my job to not shut the fuck up. As honestly, antimony, to truly answer your question, I'm on my bullshit as usual. I think I wouldn't redeem any throwables. I think it's broken right now. And I'm not fixing it. You've earned that. It didn't work. Be on your bullshit, fam. I will. And I'll have a fun time with it. Honestly, I was gonna go after stream, finish off the other half of my pizza, but I honestly kind of feeling chicken tenders. I might go make some chicken tenders. Chicken tenders sound great right now. I don't think I have any good sauces, though. All right, I'll also say I've noticed that people have started, like, what is it called? Toasting like their hamburger buns with mayo instead of butter. And people are like, well, it's really good because, like, it's creamier. I don't care, dude. It doesn't give the same taste as butter. What's your go-to sauce for tenders? I know how to recreate the, spicy mayo from Popeyes, so I usually go with that. But I don't know if I feel like making it. It's kind of a pain. Now I imagine Hara with a vor belly right now. You stop imagining that right now or I will ban the fuck out of you. That is not allowed. That is the last thing allowed. It's no longer funny. It's not funny anymore. I'm getting the book. I'm getting the book. It's not funny anymore. The vor imagery ends here. I'm erasing all vor from existence. Not funny. I don't like it. There's a lot of things I could do, like save world hunger or end poverty or end war forever or bring world peace. But instead, I'm gonna spend all of my magical power making sure I get rid of vor from existence. It's like one of those things where, like, you think about it, after I get rid of it, you think about it, and then you cease to exist, because I'm gonna make sure it can't break containment. So yeah. Yes, please do get rid of it. Let's fight her more vortex. Oh my god. Maki, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, Maki. How are you gonna do this? On the day of my cultist wedding, you're gonna backstab me like this. That's crazy. I can't draw vor right now. I'm drawing Calprint. That's terrible. I hate it. I hate it. Wait, are we marrying Tactical and his tank wife? Yes. That poor EFS, man. Oh my god. I'd say it's a shotgun wedding, but really it's an autocannon wedding if I've ever seen one. I'm sorry, that was a terrible joke. Oh my lord. The things I get into with my big fat mouth, man. Honestly, I'll be honest, a cow onesie would be kind of cuter than a cow bikini. I feel like cow bikinis are so 2024. So blasé. would be cute. Honestly, I really should buy me a onesie. I don't have one, and I actually like to wear one. That sounds very cozy. And I'm not saying this to be like, ooh, Gooner VTuber. I straight up mean it, like, just for comfort. You gotta be naked under the onesie, dude. You've gotta be. That sounds like peak coziness. That's what I'm saying, Maki. It sounds really cozy. The next thing would be an M1 Abrams 120mm cannon wedding. Please tell me you're at least wearing bottoms. Did I say naked or did I say naked? What does naked mean? I want a sheep or raccoon onesie so bad. That would be really cute. You concern me, but all right. I've already admitted I go to bed without clothes on sometimes. It's comfy. And now the goon goes wild. That's crazy. I don't know what animal I'd pick, honestly. I'd say frog, but a frog fun, like a onesie of like a non-mammal sounds weird. Hey, Tony. Nah, that's fair, Lorelai. Maybe I would pick like one of those cool, like curly, long-haired cows, the Highland cows. I'm doing pretty good, Tony. A little tired and a little hungry, but good. How are you? I'm not finding a Peregrine Falcon onesie. Yeah, that seems a little like too narrowed down. It's very freeing. Yeah, I'll admit, I usually just sleep with like underwear on and maybe a t-shirt because that's usually freeing enough for me. But if it's really hot, then I will lose the small fabric of clothing that remained on my body and fling them across the room over my collection, my floor collection of Pokemon plushies, other discarded clothing, and High Noon cans. 10 hours? That's horrifying. That sucks. Hara's bed smells like her sweat. I got it. I wash my sheets weekly, thank you. They smell like narcissist. That is the sin I use for my bed. I'm not kidding. It's called narcissist. The plushies live on the floor only when I've fallen asleep and they roll off. The Snorlax never does, though. He's so fucking flat because he's so rotund on his back that, like, it's like a turtle. He's dislodgeable. No, it's all good, Nekos. Take your time, dude. We got 6 more months on the P.O. box. Class is cool, homework's awful. I can't stand overly busy homework. I don't have any plushies on my bed because my pugs will grab them. Yeah. I'm fortunate enough that after I scared my dogs enough, they don't come into my room and pluck them off my desk or my bed anymore. Please curse me, but I'll go ahead and curse you right now. It'd be fun. I will say, however, how did you scare them? I usually just chase them with a plastic Kroger bag. That usually gets it done. Making fart noises that the other one does it. I don't know why, but he doesn't like blowing raspberries. It weirds him out. Or the vacuum cleaner. The vacuum cleaner works too. I don't know. He got like Pavloved into being afraid of fart noises. Oh, I'm sorry, Lorelai. That's really tragic. What's a Narga Kuga? Vacuum cleaner's a classic. So you see, one of them is afraid of the plastic Kroger bags and isn't afraid of the vacuum. The other one is afraid of the vacuum and not the Kroger plastic bags. But things are looking up. Let's go. I'm proud of you for sticking it out, Lorelai. Seriously. I'm proud of all you guys. Even if you guys don't feel like you should have something to be proud of, I'm proud of you. We're proud of you. Well, thank you. I'm meant to look up what Nargacuga is now. That sounds like something some California surfer dude would call, like, I don't even know, like it sounds like the name of like a bluff that only the surfers know to surf off of. Like, yeah, dude, we were going down to the Nargacuga and I hit a sick, nasty wave. You know what I mean? Oh, it's a monster under monster. Ooh, it's kind of neat. It's like a manticore in a way. Mixing seasonings is fun. All right. I don't wanna, but I gotta eat. I got stream tomorrow, and I might be streaming 3 days for you guys this weekend. So I think we're gonna call it here, guys. I really don't want to. We had a really special just chatting stream. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of really kind raids that I'm really, really, really thankful for. But I think we are gonna have to call it so I can get some food and wake up on time tomorrow. I was really late to work today, like really late to work. It was pretty bad. So I can't do it again. So we're gonna find somebody to raid out to real quick. But yeah, we'll be back on hopefully Friday night, late for Halloween. If not, we'll be back on Saturday at around 1 p.m. CST to play Mario Party with Steamy Snuggler and some other streamers. And then on Sunday, we'll be doing the War Thunder name contest with Sharklet. So make sure you guys come and hang out, okay? Stay tuned on Discord or Twitter if you want to keep up with the schedule. And make sure you guys hang out on Twitter or Twitch and stuff to get the stream alerts. So let me find somebody to read out. Tenderness. Natsukanai. Ono tachi wa judgment. I think we're gonna raid Victoria. I like Vex a lot. She's really cool, but also she's doing like a charity stream right now with a bunch of other VTubers for breast cancer awareness. So really important. So Vexoria, the underscore Sun Eater. Oh, there's a banger playing too right on the way out. Feels bad. All right, so you guys go have fun with her. Again, I will hopefully see you guys late Friday night, probably around somewhere ranging from like 10:30 to midnight. If I don't, then we'll do all the Halloween stuff after our collab stream with Steamy on Saturday. Okay, guys? You guys have a great rest of your week. I love you guys a bunch. And I'll see you guys later. So bye, guys. Have fun with Vex. Don't let her eat you like she's trying to eat me, dude. Bye, guys.